Arizona hosts Arizona State. At halftime of the game, former Wildcat Christian Coloco will officially be inducted into the Ring of Honor. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword bank at foxsports910.com. That's bank at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Looking for a beautiful day to close out this work week. Temperatures right around 74 degrees. Plenty of sunshine out there. And then for tonight, mostly clear skies with those overnight lows dipping into the upper 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Mucinex Fastmax Kickstart.
Good job, guys!
You sound like you're feeling better, Coach.
Yep, took Mucinex Kickstart. Now I'm back in the game.
New Mucinex Kickstart. All-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. Buy now. Use as directed.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. And is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Good Friday to you, Roc and Manuch today with Jax and Shu. No Jimmy B, as we're coming to you live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota. Both finance managers are ready to take on some business here on a President's Day weekend. So come on out as they're smiling, as they're, on I think they're on ESPN.com and CBSSports.com. I see the boys right there next to us as we're broadcasting live from the showroom. And the showroom has stepped up with these beautiful tables. What is with this? I mean, they're really stepping up. They must have had a good February.
Well, they're moving those certified pre-owned vehicles, Rock, and so they got to put the tables in. All the customers, they got the overflow of the customers coming in here with these tables to kind of fill some of that space. But some of the finest certified pre-owned vehicles in the Valley up here at Wright Toyota.
So Suns are off the hardwood until next week because the All-Star break, that starts tonight. D-backs, they're 1 week away from starting some preseason games, exhibition next Friday at Salt River Fields. And then ASU and U of A will go at it tomorrow night in Tucson. We also got some news as we're coming to you right across the street from number 16 at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. And, of course, we talked about it quite a bit over the week with all the rain they got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Created a lot of problems with the conditions at TPC Scottsdale. And with all that, there was some challenges. You heard about the suspension of alcohol. You heard the fact the main entrance and concession stands were closed because pathways for fans were just not safe for the golf course. So the Thunderbirds did come out with a statement, pretty good one, I thought. And they said that fans who purchased a ticket and were denied entrance on Saturday can request a refund. And all you got to do is just email orders at wmphoenixopen.com. And Phoenix is all written out. They got a dedicated team that's going to respond to all the inquiries, all the questions. They'll have answers. And for the future, they are going to make some changes so something like this does not happen. I am sure they will have some more Thunderbirds that represent, that every year they have different folks that run the show in operations and chiefs. They call them chiefs or tournament directors. And I'm sure they'll be out in front of this. And they're motivated to make this experience better. And they will learn from this and will continue to be an asset in this community for years to come.
That's awesome, Rock. I think that's the right thing to do from that standpoint is to refund those people. And boy, the numbers as far as people that did not get in was pretty astonishing to see that. But again, that's the right thing to do. Refund.
What were the numbers? I didn't see the numbers anywhere.
25 to 30,000 people that were.
I didn't see it published. Was that published?
Yeah, I thought I'd read that from that standpoint. But there was quite a few individuals. Because they capped it off. And I think that, hey, the right thing to do, cap it off. And from the standpoint as far as maybe restructuring, maybe go ahead and just maybe kind of ease those things in there. I think they're not going to be raising prices as far as that's concerned. So I think it's just going to cap some things off on a day-by-day basis and just leave it at that. Maybe a first-come, first-serve, or have a particular day where, hey, look, ticket sales for the WM Phoenix Open are go on this such a date, and after a certain amount of time, however they sell them, whatever they do. As far as the general admission is what I'm saying, Rock. General admission, and then just cap it off. And then as far as their greenskeepers and sponsors, all that kind of stuff, I would also think they'd monitor some of that too.
Pac-12 is looking for a new commissioner, as George Kliffkoff. Let's just go with that. That's not right, but I'm going to go with that. Kliffkoff. They announced today that they officially parted ways with him. I just call him Commissioner K. Is that move will be effective February 29th. And the quote was that the Pac-12 Conference Board has given the departing 10 schools notice of a proposed leadership transition with an invitation to provide comment. And they went on to say, we expect to provide some information following a decision in the coming days. Pac-12 it consists of 2 schools, Oregon State and Washington State.
But you still have the rest of the year. You got, and there only may be one team, or maybe hopefully 2 teams that make the March Madness. We'll see as far as that's concerned. But I wonder when it will technically dissolve, if it does, Rock. I mean, if Washington State and Oregon State play their football games, in the Western Athletic Conference or the MAC, whatever they go,
Big Sky,
whatever the type of thing. And just
Mountain West,
the 2 teams. What's that commission going to do?
So my question to you guys: I know it's only February 16th. Who leaves first, Washington State or Oregon State? Who makes that move first?
I think it's going to be a joint move, and
both of them together.
I think they'll go together too, or whoever they hire, it's going to be a hard gig, a very hard gig to take over, and because that next commissioner has their work cut out for him. Make no mistake about it, they have their work cut out for them. But to be honest with you, what a great job that would be to start a conference. You got 2 pretty solid schools, and then start creating a new Pac-10, new Pac-8, new Pac-12, whatever it may be, and bring in schools and start cherry picking from those smaller schools and grow from there. Because you look at the Pac-12, the way it was, I mean, it was the Pac-10.
Right.
I mean, they added Colorado and Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so you could go back and forth and look at conferences over the course of the last 10 decades.
It's interesting. You're my first thought would be, okay, who's going to
love that job?
Who's going to come in and wrap up the conference? And then who's going to come in and go get teams?
I'm not worried about the wrap up. What's that? What do you care? Move on.
I know, but I'm just saying that
they're gone.
But to add teams and create a new Pac-8, Pac-10 conference would be very interesting for a team to get that backing. Number one, financial backing to move into the Pac-8 or Pac-10 if they'd want to. So you have the Mountain West, you got the WAC, got some of those schools. Maybe there's a couple of independents out there as well too. Interesting thought there, Rock, that they go after somebody's schools to create a brand new Pac-8 or Pac-10. And from that standpoint, but I guess if you're in that Mountain West, WAC I could see moving forward. Mountain West, if they've got a pretty good deal there, why they would move, unless there's some major cash infusion going into this Pac-12 conference the way it stands right now.
There have been a lot of schools that have been mentioned. Tulane, Rice, Memphis, schools that are outside the West Coast, which would help the conference for television. So I think that is a big deal too. It's just trying to get some of these schools that you wouldn't expect, and just from ground floor. Why not start with grabbing those Mountain West schools? I mean, shoot, that league looks pretty good right now. I mean, it's a new look league anyway, but there's some pretty good schools there. San Diego State, look what they did in basketball.
Sure.
Boise State, they've always had success in football. Colorado State, I mean, they're all potential candidates that could join next year. They all have a 1-year exit notice. Their exit fee is about $17 million. I'm sure there could be some changes there. The AAC, that's North Texas, University of Texas, San Antonio, UAB. They joined the American this past summer because they lost Cincinnati, UCF, and Houston. But who says that they don't stay there long enough and then they end up going somewhere else?
Is Texas State in that conference as well too?
I don't know. Maybe.
But they turned the corner. They had a very good year last year. So, interesting if you can go pilfer some of those teams and go after them and get a decent TV package on top of it. I think that might determine whether some of those other teams leave or not. But to have the prestige of the Pac-10 or the Pac-12, whatever they call it.
Well, I don't know if there's prestige.
Well, but I mean, if they
there's no prestige.
Well, if there's a decent TV package that goes along, if they're going to
move. Apple previously agreed to a media deal with them.
But I think
we know where all the streaming's going, so it's not that far out of whack now. We may a year ago said, "Oh, that's stupid, Apple." Well, now, if everybody's doing it, if ESPN and Fox are putting their Warner Brothers, and they can't get in on that, Apple's going to try to get with the crumbs.
It's an interesting concept to say, look, come over here. We've got a lot of things established. It's the Pac versus the Mountain West, or the some of the other conferences that are out there. That's an interesting concept. If streaming's going that way, as you said, Rock, and if it's Apple that's behind you, that will make some infusions into the program. That's going to be huge.
I don't know how the Mountain West, if you're a school in the Mountain West, you wouldn't want to jump at the opportunity to just say you're in the Pac-12. To your point, prestige. Mm-hmm. There's no prestige in it anymore. When you lose everybody, you got Oregon State, Washington State, the two weakest schools in the whole Pac-12. But if you could at least now say this new Pac conference, whatever the number is, and you bring in Air Force or Hawaii and all those schools that I mentioned, now you may have something, right?
Yes. And the other thing on top of that is if you get all those schools, let's just say in 3 years you've got 10 schools. Does the NCAA or do people consider you now part of the Power 5 again, since they're not a Power 5 now, that they can get back to a Power 5 conference? Can you do that?
And why not go after some of the programs like where Jack's played with Montana and Montana State, North Dakota State, South Dakota State? They're always there at the end when it comes to top football programs. They don't have the kind of money, but if you get into the Pac-12, who knows? That's what I'm saying. I think that job is an awesome gig.
My question to you, Rock, is for whoever the new commissioner is, how many years does he have in a window to try to restore the Pac-12? Is it 5 years? Is it 3 years? Is it 2?
I think it's 2025 or 26. I think it's 2. You got to get it going now. Or at least, because each school is going to need a year to get out anyway.
Sure.
Right?
Yes. Exactly.
Whatever that's buyouts. Yeah. So you got the buyouts. So, it'd be nice to see in 2026 a new Pac-12. And maybe there's just a hybrid of a Pac-12 conference next year in 2025.
Just when you think they're dead in the water, that's a great concept, right? Let's go after some teams. Let's keep this conference alive. Let's go get so-and-so and so-and-so, get at least 10. And then if you get recognized as a Power 5 conference again, because think about it. Next year, coming to this year, the committee for the 12 playoff team, they'll have the top 5, and then for the next 7, they're going to have to go with the rankings and all that kind of stuff, because it'll be a Power 4 and then the rest of them. So they can get back to that prestige and back to that Power 5 rating. That'd be very interesting. If I'm Boise State, San Diego State, Montana, I'm interested. I'm listening.
Our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day is coming next. Steve Peters is going to be joining us as well. Got some puck to get into. It's Roc and Manuch, right Toyota here on Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on The Drive, after Bradley Beal suffered his 4th injury in his son's uniform, we get to see Royce O'Neal in a bigger role. Could it eventually lead to a starting job for Royce O'Neal? We break down Bradley Beal as a 6th man at 6:05 on The Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
A homeowner just like you decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial, state48roofing.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
The President's Day weekend sale is here at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 20% off used clubs, 30% off select apparel, and get custom fit on the new TaylorMade QI10 drivers. Book your free custom fitting online today. Swing into Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for the President's Day weekend sale, or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show. Live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale. And online at WrightToyota.com. More sports, more Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Now in morning, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
NBA All-Star Weekend is getting underway in Indianapolis, and the events kick off tonight with the Rising Stars Challenge and the Celebrity Game. Saturday, you got the three-point contest, slam dunk contest, skills challenge. So that should be a lot of fun. And then the Western Conference, which is led by LeBron James, will square off by the Eastern Conference, and that is led by Giannis. That game will be on 6 o'clock on Sunday night. It's the 73rd NBA All-Star game. Saw a thing. We saw that Caitlin gal who broke that record, which I just would discuss this for a second.
For the women's record.
Yeah, the women's record.
She scored 49, I think, last night.
But that shot was pretty cool. The last second shot, right? That was good. I mean, not last second, but how far it was. It's interesting that she got asked to come in and go to the All-Star game, so she's going to be part of it in a way. Indianapolis or Indiana, I don't know the team, the WNBA team has the first round pick.
The
overall.
Fever.
The Fever, thank you. I don't follow that sport. She still has one more year.
Oh, can she come out early? I mean, the junior year?
Don't you think if you're Iowa with NIL, you would say, I'll give you $2 million, $3 million to stay? I mean, I heard her, she was on, Dan Patrick was playing some stuff on her about her today. It was an older interview. And Dan had talked about, this was the 2 years left she had at the time. And she really loves playing at Iowa, loves the coach, loves the teammates. And think about that. She plays in front of sold out every game she goes.
Yes.
Whereas WNBA, you're looking at 5,000 in some games, right?
Sure.
So why not stay there another year, make a few $1 million? Iowa makes set on the gate.
Sure.
Stay for another year. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right. I was saying, like, in the world of NIL right now, she's making $818,000 as her NIL rank right now. The first overall pick last year in the WNBA, Alicia Boston, her entire rookie salary was only $300,000.
So
she's making double at Iowa.
You pay her another $1 million or $2 million. You stay there another year.
She'll get more deals.
She's still going to get all those deals. She's going to kill that record because records are made to be broken.
Sure.
And I know they're making a big deal about this. I think if our society the way it is now, everybody's about women's sports, right? It's front and center all the time. 5 years ago, we were like, okay, whatever,
Well, I think it's because all the exposure she's getting. It's front and center.
She's getting so much more exposure being a collegiate athlete than she will as a WNBA player.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the point right there, Rockets. She's out in front. WNBA, like 2 point. I may or may not watch it. She's got everybody's attention. ESPN, whatever platform, whatever, and she is right there front and center. And I got to tell you what, man. Yeah, if you're going to make close to $2 to $3 million a year, why would you not stay in that extra year? Just capitalize on that. Get sponsorships with Adidas or Nike, whoever.
Which she may already have. We don't know.
She might, but I mean, and she's just good for this sport. All of a sudden, there's eyeballs that technically don't watch women's basketball that are now watching this young lady as far as her pure.
But do you think it'll elevate to the next level?
Her?
Where's Richie at? We need Richie. Let's call Richie. Richie's our man.
What she will do, she'll be like,
you'll go that first game if you're taking her over to Mercury. You want to check her out if she's playing for Indiana, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, she's the new shining star in the WNBA. But you're right, Rob. How long will that last after she goes around the league? Maybe a year or two. Is she still going to have that same kind of prowess and attention? Now, if she starts breaking rookie records and this record and all that, there might be a lot of.
The sport's so new.
It's just wild how much NIL is going to affect this decision. Because Diana Taurasi, she's one of the top salaries in the WNBA. She's making $234,000, and right now Caitlin Clark's making 4 times that right now, just in college at Iowa.
You stay.
I think you have to stay.
You stay for your 5th year. I think it's her 5th year. You stay. I mean, check if that's right or not. I don't follow college basketball, even though my girlfriend played college basketball, and she doesn't even care. It's just I don't even care about it.
But it would be your 5th. It would be your 5th year.
It is. But the thing about it is okay. I wanted when I first heard this young lady last year, and you saw her more in the NCAA's, right? You went, wow. This gal can shoot. I mean, she shoots from anywhere.
Don't say because I didn't.
I didn't watch it. I mean, that's when she came on the scene. You went, wow, this gal's pretty damn good. I didn't realize she had all these records coming up until this year.
Don't you think there's going to be somebody else that's going to come through here in the next 4 or 5 years and do the same thing?
There could be. I mean,
everybody's record gets broke. And why is this record such a big deal?
It's been a long time.
Somebody's educate me on that because I don't get it.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But I mean,
how long did the gal have before her?
Oh, I mean, I think it's been a while. I'm not quite sure who.
Can you look that up, Jack?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
And then the next mark would be the all-time for men and women would be Pete Maravich's all-time scoring, and I think she's got another
But that in college sports, those records, at least for college basketball, they don't stay 4 years anymore. I mean, her situation is different, but in men, they don't stay that long.
And you know what the thing is amazing about Pete Maravich? There wasn't a three-point line when he was playing. So you think if there had been a three-point line when Pete Maravich was playing back many years ago, they'd have never broken that record.
And you know, Kate, as a kid, would watch his videos.
Oh, sure.
That's how she got good.
I mean, but anyways, because I think they played in the final last year. They got beat in the final, Iowa. But just you saw the women's finals, and you kind of went, this gal is really special. She can shoot. She shoots from everywhere. She does so many things that, you saw with Taurasi when she was playing at UConn. You saw the gal from Notre Dame when they won the national title, that little point guard they had, she'd shoot from, seemed like the parking lot. There's some girls that you get your attention, just how the athleticism they had.
Oh, she's a great player.
Just the way
I wouldn't say she's like the best basketball player ever played, but
she's the best shooter.
She's best impact.
Sure.
She's created the most impact ever.
Eyeballs on women's basketball right now.
Jax,
it's been 7 years. Kelsey Plum from Washington broke it in 2017.
They make it seem like it was like 30 years ago.
Well, and
it's they broke Nancy Lieberman's record or whatever, right? I mean, come on.
And then with
is this a little much, or am I just?
I just think.
What do you call that?
I'm
a little overboard.
There's a little hype going on. I think it's a lot of. Well, she's going to break the all-time record, so eyeballs on ESPN to watch it.
And she doesn't
and rightfully so.
And they put it on Paramount.
Well, that's the thing that was amazing. I mean,
but hey, the fact that women's basketball even made it on Paramount is probably Peacock. I'm sorry,
3.
Peacock is probably progress in women's sports.
And on top of that, to score 49 points. But you know what? I think from
is that what she scored?
Yeah, I think she was 49 points last night. The thing that you watch,
you're acting. You knew what it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 49 points.
Okay.
I read that, saw it last
All
time.
right.
Just make sure my mind and my eyes go hand in hand. You know.
Hey, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. What venue? I don't know if that's what you want
What
to
venue
say.
are you looking forward to the most?
I questioned it as well.
Yeah,
but
let's change this. Let's change
too.
this.
Yeah,
Let's
I was a
change
little
this.
concerned about it, but I didn't want to do this before the
What
show.
Event?
What
Oh,
event?
I'm sorry, what event?
What
Yeah.
event are you looking? By the way, Manuch does our State 48 Roofing question every day, for the most part, until we sometimes just say
Tweak
it's not
it.
going to work. We tweak it.
It's his baby.
But right now, it says on our show sheet, and which is already probably up on our website or our Twitter page, is what venue are you looking forward to the most with the NBA All-Star Weekend? Skills Challenge, Slam Dunk Competition, 3-point shooting, or the game? But we're going to change it to what event or activity are you looking forward to the most with the NBA All-Star Weekend? The Skills Challenge, the Slam Dunk Competition, and the 3-point shooting, and then for the game.
Currently,
Mitch, you're having a bad last 2 days on your.
Well, I'm thinking venue.
It's your call question.
No, I'm thinking I just think the venue.
So they're playing in different venues?
No, I mean the venue is the All-Star game.
There is actually
I guess,
2 venues for this weekend.
Okay, so that would be the question.
All-Star Weekend's at Lucas Oil.
So that'd be one venue.
The game is at the Indiana Pacers.
That'd be the other venue.
Okay, so what event? Okay,
just say I was wrong.
Right, just take the L.
You never take the L. You always have an excuse.
My bad. I fumbled. That's my bad. Even though it was a short,
Interception. They ran it back. Got 6.
My bad. Okay, venue. All right, the event. What the event?
1 minute.
Just take the L.
Accountability. That's all.
He never can be the person who raises his hand and say my bad. Everyone else on the show does it all the time. Manuch is the one person who will never take the L.
I've done the my bad very many times.
You don't.
One time.
Since Jimmy B came on board.
One time.
When was the one?
It's probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I said, my bad. You called me out on something. I gave him my bad. It's very rare I have one. So when I have it, I'm like,
the rewind is coming up in 2 hours.
I think Manuch's nose is getting a little better.
Pinocchio here.
Well, currently the 3-point contest is the leader at 50%, followed by the slam dunk contest, 33.3%. Then the skills challenge, which I like, 16.7%. The game, 0%. I voted for the 3-point contest.
Hey, this hour is brought to you by the Sportsbook in Casino Arizona. They have 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens that display all the betting lines. Check it out for yourself. Open daily from 8 to 11. That's 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tomorrow, Take the Points with Jax, Gross, and Bauer. We'll be broadcasting live right after Backspin the Golf Show, beginning at 11 o'clock. So the Coyotes are struggling. We're going to catch up with Steve Peters, former Coyotes assistant coach, part of PNX Sports, and we got a lot to talk to him about this, as well as an update on the arena. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Diamondbacks pitchers and catchers reported on Wednesday with the club's full team workout scheduled to begin on Monday. Manager Torey Lovello told reporters yesterday roughly 90% of the team is already in camp. GCU took down visiting Utah Tech last night. They've now won 6 straight. The Lopes entertain Cal Baptist tomorrow night. Also tomorrow night, ASU is visiting number 6 Arizona. The Sun Devils have won back-to-back games. The Wildcats have won 5 straight. The Coyotes host the Hurricanes tonight. The Yotes have lost a season-high 7 straight. They're 10 points out of a wild card spot in the West. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
A will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do, but not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction, like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint. where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
The President's Day weekend sale is here at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 20% off used clubs, 30% off select apparel, and get custom fit on new tailor-made QI10 drivers. Book your free custom fitting online today. Swing into Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for the President's Day weekend sale, or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moments, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. In your life, yeah, it's the sheets. Smelling fresher than ever.
He's there.
It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric. Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes. You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
The utterly inspired all-electric EQE sedan from Mercedes-Benz. With hundreds of customizable comfort settings inside the cabin, it's the EV that recharges you. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQE.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time to talk puck with ESPN analyst and host of the Coyotes podcast on Go PHNX, former NHL coach Steve Peters. Coach Petey now talking puck on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeart Radio app.
Coach Petey, my neighbor, lives 2 houses down and does a great job. Neighborhood Watch, he heads that up. Does a tremendous job. It's a reason why our HOA monthly is where it is. It's not really high because he keeps it clean. He walks his little dog like 10 times a day. How is the dog doing?
The dog's doing great, but I haven't seen you in the neighborhood, Rock.
Well, I got kicked out of my house last week.
And who was that?
That was my sister, her husband, their friends from Charlotte. So they came in for the open. So
I almost called the police. I had some police, but then I saw the Ohio sticker. On the bumper sticker.
Driving my dad's car. Yep, my dad went to Ohio U as well. So yep, exactly.
Yeah. So I put the phone down. I was peeking in the windows, make sure everything was okay.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kravitz is alive and well.
Oh, it's
in
totally.
your neighborhood.
Oh, yes, it's good. We need that though.
I knew.
We need
I
that.
knew it wasn't there.
Every
That's
neighborhood
right.
has that
Mrs.
person.
Kravitz.
Right.
Yeah, we do. We got one.
All right, this Yotes team really struggling. I've lost 7 straight. Can go at it again tonight. Playoffs. I mean, it's just, how do I say this? You know, Coach, it's frustrating because we were all in the beginning. They came out of the gate really strong, and I think this just kind of popped the balloon. And now we're like, all right, let's look ahead to the March 8th trade deadline and talk about the arena again. It was fun to just talk about this team rather than the future. And what can you do to get us to not, fall off the cliff here?
Talk us off the ledge.
Yeah.
Well, the sad thing is you're right. Through January, this team was in a playoff spot, much better than we anticipated, for much longer than we anticipated. The problem is they just couldn't sustain it, whether it was injuries or goaltending or defending, or honestly, they just didn't have the roster to compete at this high level that the game picks up as the season progresses. The good news is they play better for longer than we planned. And it's a big step in the process of the rebuild. So I think there are positives to draw. They scored more goals than they did a year ago. They gave up fewer goals than they did a year ago. So there are a lot of positives. The problem is the expectations got set fairly high, and they've come crashing and burning. Like losing 7 straight, they went from maybe having a chance at the playoffs to it's time to start looking at draft picks now.
Steve, the 7 in a row, but they've lost 9 out of the last 11. So you look at that stretch, you just go, okay, where did the wheels fall off, or where did this machine or this car gear down, and why did it gear down, or why did the wheels fell off?
And this is going to sound like an excuse, but there's a lot to be said about the timing of all of the noise regarding the new arena and the move to potentially to Salt Lake City, and the press release by the Smith Group out of Salt Lake City saying, hey, we're ready for a team. Since that point, that was the 24th. They have lost all 7 games since then, and they've given up twice as many goals, scored half as many they were scoring before. There is a black cloud around this team right now, and it started with the relocation rumors because they've been there before. It never goes away, and I don't know if they have the group inside the locker room, because this year there is no Shane Doan in the room. There is no, real, there isn't that leader that can go, hey guys, we've been here before. We've done this before. We can get through this. And I really think some of those rumors creeping in really did affect their play on the ice. And now they're having a hard time coming out of it.
All right, Steve, this might be a little bit of an oxymoron here. Where is the progress in losing 9 out of 11? Where's the silver lining, if any, in this cloud that's happening for the team, or the average, the layman type hockey fans not seeing? Maybe, the true fans seeing, but is there progress with the young guys one way or the other?
There is. And here's one of the things that made the decision for Bill Armstrong into the trade deadline much easier. They're selling. They're selling assets that they can to start building up for the June draft. There is zero question about that. So that makes that part easier. But secondly, now, this is, again, we're talking about this rebuild process, and you look at players like Cooley and Gunther, and they're going to get more ice time down the stretch. And I think that's really important. You look on the back end with Mosier and Jersey, they're going to get bigger roles. I think it's going to give younger players a bigger opportunity to play more meaningful minutes into the spring. And let's face it, this team was not built for the playoffs coming into this season. It was just another step in the process. It was progressing, being better than they were a year ago, and they accomplished that. This team has several draft picks. Their pipeline is starting to get full, and it's going in the right direction. I know it's hard to hear.
Yeah.
The last thing this team needs now is they need an arena.
Okay, you got 13 picks right now, I think I saw, for 2024. You have 15 players that'll have their contracts come up this summer. How do you keep the nucleus, these young guys, together, this foundation, this core that they've desperately tried to put together the last few years?
Yeah, here's a concern. And the draft picks over the first 3 rounds over the next 3 years are abundant. And Bill Armstrong's done a good job pulling that together. But now you have, of all of your defensive core next year, every defenseman, there isn't one signed for next season. That's a concern. And I know they really want to get J.J. Mosier and Sean Jersey, 2 of their young players, locked up. They'd like to get Michael Kessering locked up. And those guys are RFAs, so I think they will get that done. But you're right. The difficulty is going to keep these guys, and the issue is going to be when all of their contracts come due in a few years, will they have the money to keep these young guys here over the long term? But you're right. Players like Keller's locked up. Keller's going to be here. Lawson Krause is locked up. Matthias Michelli, who was 4th in rookie voting a year ago, he's locked up. So they do have some of those core pieces that you want to see going forward. But at the back end, they've got a lot of work to do to get some defensemen back here next season.
All right, Steve, it's almost like Groundhog Day all over and over, right? I mean, it seems like we had this conversation with you about the same time last year. And as a Coyote fan, the diehard Coyote fan hears this, they're going, well, here we go again. How many Groundhog Days can we have year after year after year before we see
3
somebody wake up and go, all right, now I'm moving on from that day?
Yeah, I do believe this is different, and I'll tell you why. Because one of the things that this the management group, and they've really put a focus on scout and development in the future. And I think this team has gone through rebuild before.
All right, we're having trouble with him. Let's try to get him back real quick. I know we only have a few minutes, but if we can get Coach back, unfortunately.
But it seems like, Rock, we hear that. I understand where he's going, and you keep your core nucleus. And if you're going to keep the core nucleus more so, is the money going to be there? Is the cash going to be there to keep them? Young guys. They come in, they rotate, and you're right. We were all excited. They were in the last playoff spot. But then the roof came in, losing 9 out of 11, the last 7 in a row, and then here you are. Here we go again. And whether they get the arena or not, it's here we go again. And then here, February 17th next year, at this time, do we hear the same thing? They make a run, but they fall off. Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead and finish your thought in reference to my Groundhog Day comment.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do. And I think what you saw last year is they had all these dead contracts of veterans that they just wanted to acquire assets. This year, you got veterans that could help them perform better, like Kerfoot and Zucker. I think next year you'll see even less of that because the core is expanding and getting better and growing. I really believe they're on the right path. And believe me, I've been with this organization and around it for 25 years, and this is the first time that I really believe in the future that they're doing it the right way through the draft, through the development, and trying to get young players through the system instead of just buying free agents. So I really believe it's on track.
All right. Give us an update on the potential new arena.
Again?
Please.
Again?
Yes.
This isn't built yet?
No, really? We thought you're the know-all be-all. You've been down there at City Council, right? Checking it all out. No, excuse me, this is state land in the city of Scottsdale.
It's Phoenix. It's
Phoenix.
Scottsdale on the northwest corner of 101 in Scottsdale. For Rock and I, that's very good news. We can take our tandem bike down Scottsdale Road and use his electric car. So when the battery doesn't work, we're all good. But you know what? There's 2 key dates to look for. March 14th, it is on the Arizona State Land Board agenda right now to discuss this piece of land and rumored to be qualifying auction in the middle of June.
Sorry, boys.
All right, we got to unload them. Unfortunately,
you got good Verizon in that neighborhood over there, Rock?
I don't have any trouble.
Yeah,
he's probably walking the dog.
So March 14th, as you heard him fade out, looks like it's a date. Now, folks, just so you know, if they decide to make a bid on this property, it is a state land trust piece of property. What that does, it triggers for anybody to come and bid on the property. They'll have a submit a bid in writing, and then they'll go ahead and have what they call an auction or land auction for this piece of property. Now, I don't know how many acres of this. It's a state land piece in the city of Phoenix. So what happens is it triggers, if anybody else is interested in this property, they will also have a chance to come bid on the property. And let's say if the cows come in there and they bid, let's say $10 million, and Joe Schmo developer comes in and bids $10,500,000. I mean, it could get into a bidding scenario. And then at some point they'll go, okay, give us your best bid. We know who you are, Mr. Developer. We know who you are, Arizona Coyotes. Then they're going to say, okay, here's our drop dead date, April 15th, for example, tax day. We need your best final offer for you, 2, 3, or it might just be the Coyotes. But the best final bid offer will be at that point, which will trigger anybody else that's interested in this property. So I just wanted to put that misnomer out there for folks. Well, if they can get the property from the state, yeah, they can, but it kind of triggers any of the other developers that want that piece of property to now they got to make up their mind whether they want to go develop on that piece as well.
All right, coming up, football at 50. As we're going to have some fun. Which NFL fans drink the most, and do they drink more than Swifties? Yeah, you're going to want to stick around for that. Roc and Manuch out here at Wright Toyota.
Check this out. This is The Herd. You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
Who was really great for San Francisco? Bosa, Christian McCaffrey. I thought Fred Warner. They were great. Brock Purdy was good. I know you want him to be a star, but again, he's a kid and the last guy picked. On third down, the Super Bowl winning down, he was 3 for 12.
This is The Herd. Monday at 10. Tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Get ready for the Harlem Globetrotters 2023 World Tour, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. All new, non-stop action, amazing basketball skills, and more. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters at Footprint Center on March 4th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
The President's Day weekend sale is here at Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 20% off used clubs, 30% off select apparel, and get custom fit on the new TaylorMade UI10 drivers. Book your free custom fitting online today. Swing into Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for the President's Day weekend sale, or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
Oh yeah, it's Globetrotter game time. Get ready for the Harlem Globetrotters 2023 World Tour, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. All new, non-stop action, amazing basketball skills, 4-point shots, high-flying dunks, and more. Get tickets for the whole family, where you can be part of the action. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters at Footprint Center on March 4th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's BABBEL.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price.
Hey, Rock.
Wright Toyota.
Is this the segment where you have that sound?
Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale.
That's later, right?
Online at WrightToyota.com.
Copy. This just sounded very similar to that story. That's why.
It is.
Okay, just making sure.
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
All right, I need a little bit more time for this Swiftie story, so we're going to move it to 2:15.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to do that. We'll do that at 2:15. All right, so if
Sounds
that's okay.
good.
Is that all right, Yushu? A little audible there?
Your show. You do whatever you'd like.
Well, no, I just, I want your
It's a team
support.
gig
you
here,
know?
big fella.
I just want to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo being suspended for
All right,
2
never
games.
mind. Let's go back to the other story.
For 2 games for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing substance policy. I guess he was prescribed some medication for his therapy, and it wasn't approved.
Yeah, I didn't. What they called he didn't without having a valid therapeutic use exemption from the league. So and it's just, this is interesting. You talk to a lot of current players. Any kind of prescribed medicine, anything really, vitamins, minerals, any of that kind of stuff. You got to get it checked out by the league. And obviously he didn't do it. Felt it probably wasn't an issue. But they check. Everything's got to be checked out. I think you put in that body, because if they're going to test you and you get popped, that's right there. He's going to be out 2 games, depending who he's with. And now you think about this, looks like the Raiders are going to release him. And then whoever picks him up, which he'll probably get picked up as a backup, maybe, they got to realize that if Jimmy G's on your team. He's not going to be playing the first 2 games of the year. So that could be a detriment. Maybe they wait till after it's over, but they feel they can use him as a backup quarterback, come in there at a marketable league minimum backup situation. They just got to know they won't have for the first 2 games, and he's not disputing it either. So he knows he screwed up.
Yeah, you need to just
anything you
take the hit, right?
Yeah, anything you put in your body that's because you know that they test you periodically. I think they even tested you the last week going out the door, but this therapeutic medicine just was not approved. Well, he didn't go get it approved or get it checked out just to make sure he could take it.
Also, when it comes to some sports news, the 10 – can't wait to watch this. The 10-part documentary on the Patriots, The Dynasty, on Apple TV Plus is ready. It's coming out. You got Robert Kraft. You got everything with Spygate, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. They're all, of course, in this.
Yeah.
I guess more than 60 players, executives, and other key people were interviewed for this series. And it is coming out, I believe, tonight. If it's not tonight, it's this weekend. But that's a must-watch television, I think.
I heard Edelman on Colin Cowherd prior to us, was it yesterday? He was on promoting it, talking about this coming on. And without telling us everything, he said, you'll be surprised at some of the angst and verbiage going back and forth with player and coach. Gronk, he mentioned that Gronk didn't want to go to practice one day, just was in his car, just didn't want to show up because of, I guess, how Belichick can chastise players, get on players once in a while. So he kind of pulled the curtain back a little bit to kind of give you an insight. There's a lot of maybe dysfunctionality in reference to the success, which, folks, is true. Everybody, you got situations, whether you're successful or not in a pro franchise, there's always some kind of issues with players or coaches. But when you come together and you have a guy like Tom Brady leading the charge, that kind of comes together on the football field is the ultimate scenario. So I'm anxious to watch it. And Edelman even said, hey, I haven't seen the final cut yet. So he's even anxious to see it.
I hate to do this, but I got to go back to this Jimmy Garoppolo as I was just jumping around, went to profootballtalk.com. I guess what they're reporting is Jimmy Garoppolo has done the Raiders a huge favor. Because of this 2-game suspension for the violation of PED, that has given the Raiders a quick and easy escape from the $11.25 million in his fully guaranteed salary this upcoming season. So his contract makes the suspension under the PED policy one of the mechanisms for voiding the guaranteed payment in the second year of his 3-year contract. So they're going to probably cut him before the $11.25 million roster bonus, which is next month, and then recognize they'll have to just owe him the $11.25 minus whatever he had earned elsewhere in the coming season. So if you're looking for a quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo is available.
Well, that's what I was saying. He's going to be available with them letting him go, but they're not going to.
But the money.
But the money on top. But the whole thing is whether anybody picks him up, they got to realize he's not going to be playing your first 2 games. If he's your backup, or let's say he beats whomever out.
I'd take him for a backup all day long.
Sure, I would. But just remember,
Cardinals, let's go.
But he's not going to be available for the first 2 games.
Okay, well, you got a starter. He's your backup.
I got you.
Okay, you put in the first 2 games. If you lose those first 2 games, big deal. That's not
well, and I agree. That's the one thing. But they just got to what they pick. He's only going to get so much money. So I was saying whatever type of minimum that he has, or maybe they pick him up for $3-4 million, and he's got the other salary coming to him. They just have to beware that if your starter goes down in training camp for other reason and he's backing him up, you better get your third string guy ready. If you're the guy.
What kind of quarterback gets hurt like 4 or 5 plays into a season as the starter? That doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
You don't have a quarterback that you bring in the offseason 4 plays into his year, tear his Achilles, and that you need a backup quarterback. I've never seen it before. It's never happened in the history of the NFL where a player 4 plays into his season tears his Achilles.
Never.
And I've got to watch Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle and Trevor Siemian play quarterback for my team.
So Jimmy Garoppolo is going to go to
the
New York.
Yes. No, because you know what? The most Jet thing of all time, they signed Jimmy Garoppolo. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt again in one of the first 2 games, and then they don't have Jimmy G to be the backup.
Could happen. Hey, Football 50 is courtesy of Arena Sports Grill, off-track betting, all the games with sound and great food, daily specials, all at Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale, open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day, 62nd Street and Bell. Here's what's on tap for the weekend that you can watch games there. Tonight, Hurricanes at the Yotes. That game is on at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, 7:30, Arizona State, Arizona. That is on FS1, so nationally televised. Sunday, Coyotes are at the Colorado Avalanche. That's a 4 o'clock game on Channel 61 and Cox 95. And Monday, of course, President's Weekend, we'll be here, but many of you are off. The Oilers and Coyotes. Interesting that I got an email today that there are tickets still available for the Edmonton Oilers.
Wow.
One of the best teams
absolutely
in hockey for Monday at 2 o'clock.
Well, maybe people got plans, Rock,
Come on, everybody's off work.
I know, but maybe they got other plans besides going over to the Mullet to watch the game. I mean, you would think that'd be a sellout at, what, 4,800 people.
You're right. Everybody throws those big President's Day parties where they get together and talk about their favorite presidents. You're right. I got it.
Right.
I mean,
the irony of it all, the Canadian team coming in on President's Day.
It just makes no sense.
That's why this whole Coyotes thing is just I just don't have a very good feeling about buying the property and all the above. I just think that there's too much in it already. There's too much water under the bridge that's going to eventually come back and affect them. And just when folks think that this property they're going to bid on is slam dunk, it's not. And it would just be the Coyotes' luck, Rock, that a developer would come in and outbid them and get that piece of property.
Scott Spreitzer is going to join us at 2:15 and 2:30, excuse me, right after we tell you about a state that is considering banning the sale of cold beer. And I may have to switch my political side.
Wow.
If this goes through.
Say it ain't so, Rock.
Yes.
Wow.
And we'll tell you about which city drinks the most and least as well. So we got a lot to get into in hour number 2. That's next for Wright Toyota. It's Roc and Manuch today.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, they have everything from tequila cocktails to an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about the 29-degree drafts. Stop by any 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Roc and Munch and Jimmy B are live every Thursday. Fan up at Twin Peaks.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Get ready. This week, Staples has deals so good, you're going to want to sit down. Are you sitting? I'll wait. Great. Right now, during Staples Sit-a-thon, you can save up to $180 on select chairs. That's up to $180 off desk chairs, up to $180 off computer chairs, and up to $180 off gaming chairs. So hurry into Staples now for the Staples Sit-a-thon and grab a seat or 2. Ends 3/2. In-store only. See associate for details.
Murder and rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
NBA has hit its All-Star break. The festivities are in Indianapolis. Kevin Durant will start on Sunday for the West. Devin Booker will come off the bench. Arizona home for Arizona State tomorrow in college ball. The Sun Devils trying to get back-to-back road wins over the Wildcats for the first time since winning 3 straight. 7-game losing to the Coyotes as they play the Hurricanes at home tonight. 2 juveniles are facing charges in the mass shooting at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade that left 1 dead and 22 injured. Police say the suspects are being held at a detention center on gun-related and resisting arrest charges. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword Shaq at foxsports910.com. That's Shaq at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Looking for a beautiful day to close out this work week. Temperatures right around 74 degrees. Plenty of sunshine out there. And then for tonight, mostly clear skies with those overnight lows dipping into the upper 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Why are people saying "Hew yeah" to Jackson Hewitt? When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax prep, even if you filed online. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Nothing big locally. You got Arizona Coyotes playing tonight at the Mullet. Tomorrow night, ASU and U of A going at it. It'd be nice to see Arizona State, at least for the fans, the Sun Devil fans, see them knock off a pretty hot Arizona Wildcat team that's won 5 straight coming on, and one of those a triple overtime winner at Utah. And as they're gearing up for the tournament, it won't be a tournament for the Sun Devils, unfortunately. NIT, it's a possibility in some of those other tournaments, but you wonder, as you were playing in those tournaments, how much it costs for travel, for room and board, and all that other stuff to be away from class and all that kind of stuff. Is even worth being in those tournaments.
And the point you bring up is they should do it because of the exposure, because of the recruiting nowadays. You just, as you mentioned, NIL, the portal, the this and that, so much. It's easy to go whomever gets in there and go from there. And unless you get a good TV coverage on a couple of those games, and somebody happens to say, "Oh man, I like that offense that Bobby Hurley runs in at ASU or whatever, or at Ohio, and they got a good team." And that type. If they see, if young athletes out there see something they like, I think there's still some value to that, Rock.
Yeah.
But I just think that the exposure that that team was close, and if there's a young man out there trying to make a decision whether he goes to Arizona State or 3 or 4 other schools that are in the big dance, and goes, you know what? If I go to ASU, I can play there. I feel I got confidence because he's watching that. I'm sure Bobby Hurley will have to have something to kind of mask that. Even though we didn't make the NCAAs, we're here at the NIT. We're still doing some of the thing from that standpoint.
But one thing, real quick, before you get into this, Chris, the one thing, they beat them last time down there.
Yes.
Okay, with that Hail Mary, and if that could happen again. But I don't. I know I'm jumping ahead to my bets, my locks.
Yeah.
I think Arizona's going to wipe them out. Sorry, Shu, go ahead.
No, they're getting hot at the right time. 2 wins in a row against Utah and Oregon State. The Pac-12 tournament, they could still get in. We're just going on a big run. Just a huge run.
Where'd you go to school?
That doesn't matter. We're just going on a big run. Just going on a big run here.
Yes.
Big run, going to surprise in the Pac-12 tournament.
13-12 overall. They're 500 in the conference. If they beat Arizona, okay, that'll help.
Sure. Well, yeah, I mean,
3 in a row, baby. Here we go.
And you make a run in the
I would love it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't go to either school. I would love it. That's a great conversation because I'm sorry, I can't talk Diamondbacks. Who the fifth starter is going to be all March?
Give us something to
right,
talk-
Shu? I mean, that's all we're talking about.
It's just going to be Ryan Nelson, but yeah, fair enough.
Or is Lawler going to be the starting shortstop or not? I mean, there's a lot of good storylines. You want to get into that, Shu? You want to get into it? You ready to talk some baseball?
You want to talk about Ryan Nelson being the fifth starter? You want to talk about what Jordan Lawler can bring? You want to talk about this bullpen? You want to talk about Christian Walker and Ketel Marte being keys to this team being good next season? Yeah, we can do it. You just tell me when.
He's boned up.
See, I think Shu's just impressed that I even brought up two storylines about baseball since we don't even talk about baseball.
He brought up like four more.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's Shu. I mean, he lives and dies baseball. You probably already. Did you have your fantasy draft yet?
Yeah, I've been in a couple fantasy drafts. I've been listening to a bunch of team previews for 2024. I'm ready to go.
Where's your source? I mean, where do you listen to team previews?
The big one that I listen to is Rates and Barrels. It's the Athletic baseball podcast. It has a fantasy baseball kind of lens to it, but they're doing their team preview series right now. So that's kind of the main one. And I just listened to the Diamondbacks one, I want to say earlier this week. And they're pretty high on this team potentially being not so much a thorn in the Dodgers side, but separating themselves as that number 2 team in the NL West this year.
So Jerry Harrison Jr. is going to join us in the 3 o'clock hour. He worked for Sportsnet. He's a former Dodger. He's our guy to talk Dodgers. What's the one question or one concern, if there is any, with the Dodgers to win the NL West?
I mean, what they do with their pitching rotation throughout the course of the season is probably going to be really interesting.
Okay.
They've got a lot of guys like Tyler Glasnow, probably not going to be able to throw a full workload. They brought back Clayton Kershaw, but he's not going to be ready till the later part of the season. So they bring in Yamamoto over from Japan. He's used to working a 6-day schedule. And so I'm going to be really fascinated to see how Dave Roberts and the Dodgers utilize their rotation, because I think what you're going to start to see is by the midway point of the year, they might have a 6 or 7 man rotation with how they want to use these starting pitchers. I have a trivia question for you guys. Do you guys know what the sportsbook win totals are for the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2024? Have you seen this number?
No, have not.
When you say sportsbook totals, what do you mean?
Like their win total, over under. So like in the NFL, win total.
102?
102. Okay, Manuch.
I was going to say 102. I'll say.
No, you weren't.
I was. I would say 102. I'll say 100.
Okay, Jax.
I'll go 104.
How about 104.5 for the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2024 is their win total.
How significant is that?
Well, what? Come on, Jax. Why you got to do that?
Take the points, 11-1.
Oh, there you go. Very good. Very good.
Let him flex, Shu. Come on.
I think the Dodgers could threaten the 0-1 Mariners single season record for most regular season wins. They certainly have the team to be able to do that. So I think for the first time in a really long time, we are going to see if that record, and the 0-1 Mariners ultimately didn't win at all, but we will see if that team can break that record.
Interesting. I just got a text from someone that said this. The auction for the state trust land, which reportedly was going to be, I had saw on the Arizona Republic March 14th, is now in mid-June. And all Alex Morello has to do is bring his checkbook, and this moves forward with finally in caps.
That would be awesome to do that. So March 14th.
I'm not even going to remotely get excited about it. We've been down this road so many times.
Just once or twice, right? Or
yes.
7.
Until it is a done deal and there is a shovel, and I even have a hat, or a helmet, you know, one of those
construction
helmet that I will wear, and I'll go out there with everybody and be part of that. I even got a shovel when we did the park out in Mesa, so I still have my little orange yellow deal, vest, but I'm ready for it.
Well, it sounds like from that text that he might be the only bid, and if he meets all the requirements, which I'm sure he had, what they'd like their opening bid, because they have a minimum on that land, because according to their appraisals, he's got to meet the appraisal. It's got to be within I don't know, but it's whatever they appraise it at, he's got to meet that number or then some. So a lot of guys, if there's 2 or 3 bids, they got to go ahead and go at least at appraisal or above appraisal. But if he's the only bid, and they go, okay, tag, you're it. We need that check by June 12th.
But I'm not going to lie. How do I preface by saying I'm excited that this is finally coming to an end, possibly. But I do not like where they're putting it.
I'm not a fan of it either.
At all. Selfishly, because I live right there.
Sure.
I live at the 101 in Scottsdale Road, just north of Greyhawk. And Scottsdale Road already is a beast. And Bell Road is the busiest road in the city, followed by Ellsworth. And for them to put this on that 100 acres or 200 acres, whatever it is over there, it's going to be such a nightmare because it's not just hockey that's going to be in that arena.
It's retail.
They're going to build around it. And there's already a bunch of City Norths there, and you got Desert Ridge. You already have a lot, so maybe they're not going to be able to build as much.
Well, and maybe they don't build as much hotel retail since, as you said, City North is just to the west.
Right there.
It's right there. Maybe they just piggyback off of what's already there, but it depends how much acreage they buy. You only need about 15, 20 acres for the stadium. So if he buys 50, 60, 80, he has other plans to say, hey, look, we want to put our retail, develop our hotel, retail, office, all those kind of things. But infrastructure is already there. I mean, you got all that infrastructure around, office buildings and retail. So he may just focus on the arena itself.
Well, he's got to put his money where his mouth is, Alex Borrello. If that is the spot, which I don't like, but at this point, I don't care. If he keeps him here, I'll deal with the traffic. No one cares if Rock Scott is in traffic, right? But it's if anything, I don't know. Does that enhance the value of my home?
Yes, it does.
I think it's the opposite.
No, you got.
Well, I mean, everybody says that.
Commercial
Everybody
development.
I get that,
property,
but
Rock.
do you want traffic in your neighborhood 24/7, 7 days a week? Because there's a concert on Thursday night, there's a soccer, maybe indoor soccer comes. I mean, I can go on and on. That arena is going to get used for a lot because now it's in Scottsdale.
Well, if it's an inconvenience for the residents there, then their value is going to go up because of all the commercial development around you, and that increases that value. Traffic, location, all the above. It's enhancing your area because of all the dollars that are coming in.
You have a commercial real estate background. I don't, but I just look at it as the person who owns the house. I want to sell. I'll get out of there because I don't want to be part of that. And I'll rent it. I can make money there. Maybe my rent can be high because it's close to work.
You'd kill
it. But
I'm
telling you, which I've done before, but it's one of those things where I think this thing is going to be, it's a horrible spot.
Yeah, you're talking about neighborhood.
The 101 right now, if you're driving on the 101 right now and you're heading west, you're in traffic at 2:12 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
and you're going to tell me at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, when people are coming from both directions to fill up a 17,000-seat arena, not to mention the employees that work there and everything else, and the food and beverage, it's going to suck. Absolutely suck.
That's where economic development can be very congestive. That's where people go, I got to make up my mind. Do I want to move somewhere where I don't have quite the congestion? Or do I want to stay there? And because it's a great location, I got so much around me, and it's going to enhance my value even more so of my property. So that's going to be up to the neighbors as far as, because I'm sure streets will be widened in that area. There'll be construction going on.
No, the worst part is it's the 3 years leading up to it.
Exactly the same.
That's the part that I fear the most is the 3 years leading up to the opening.
The inconvenience of all
and
the
how Steve Peters was on the program earlier that he's my neighbor and we could ride our bikes there. I mean, yeah, okay, great. I don't need that. I'm not going to ride my bike to a Yotes game.
Do you have a bike rack there?
I do have an electric bike, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you park your bikes right here.
Bike rack.
Yeah, it
sucks.
I'm like you, right?
101, 202, over in that parcel. That makes sense because you have more highway. Here you got the 101, the 51. That's it.
Yeah.
And and then you got 56th Street going north-south. It's going to suck.
A lot of main arteries coming to that
It's great for the Yotes because most of the Yotes live in Scottsdale.
Right,
They train at the Ice Den, so it's going to be literally 2 miles from the Ice Den. Anyway, we'll see if that happens anyway. Real quick before we go to break, the Thunderbirds have come out with a statement that if you if you had a ticket for Saturday and you were denied, you can now ask for a refund. And all you need to do is essentially just email them direct at orders@wmphoenixopen.com. So as for the future, they said that they know they got some changes that need to be made, and they're going to spend the next few months identifying those areas that there needs to be a change. And then they said not just for Friday and Saturday, but for the entire week. So there's issues on Sunday too, and Thursday. So anyway, I'm glad they've got ahead of this. We knew they would. They're a hell of an organization, and I am happy to be able to pass that along. Well, I am not happy about this next segment we're going to talk about Who doesn't like an ice cold beer? I may have to change my political stance if this happens to us in Arizona, because there's a state that is trying to ban something to do with beer. You're going to want to hear it next. It's great. Plus, we got our Learner Row 1 call. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports Site 10.
Tomorrow on The Drive, after Bradley Beal suffered his 4th injury in his son's uniform, we get to see Royce O'Neal in a bigger role. Could it eventually lead to a starting job for Royce O'Neal? We break down Bradley Beal as a 6th man at 6:05 on The Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Over the years, Learner Row has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Learner Row is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Learner and Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, coupling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2Gbar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein. So keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for pool, poker, and trivia. And now, the new Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Lager drafts.
The President's Day weekend sale is here at Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 20% off used clubs, 30% off select apparel, and get custom fit on the new tailor-made QI10 drivers. Book your free custom fitting online today. Swing into Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for the President's Day weekend sale, or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older, or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's K-N-O-W pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's the Learner and Row. One call, that's all. Call of the day.
This is Rob Manfred talking about his tenure as commissioner ending in 2029.
602.
You opened the door for baseball, I ran right through.
1900. Learner and Row, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Look, I'm 65, okay? I just started a 5-year term. Do that math, right? That makes me 70 years old. You can only have so much fun in one lifetime. I have been open with them about the fact that this is going to be my last term.
So Robert Manfred will step down in 2029. If you recall, he replaced Bud Selig as league's commissioner back in 2015 and has since been given a pair of 5-year terms. The owners voted last summer to give him a 3rd term, and he's worked with Major League Baseball since 1987. He was first as an outside counsel and then chief negotiator for the labor matters. So, I think overall you look back, a couple years from now, or actually a few years from now, and you say, I think he's did a great job. Well, I mean, that's nothing really to other than COVID, had to deal with COVID and all that stuff.
Yeah, the 99-day lockout 2
Yeah.
years ago in 2023 is obviously going to be something that could potentially be looked back on as a bad mark for him. But honestly, guys, the next 5 years are really important. He's got local TV deals that are crumbling around him. He's got relocation on his agenda. He's got to deal with the situation in Oakland. He has another labor dispute coming up in 2026. That's when that CBA expires. So, Rob Manfred has a great story up to this point, pitch clock, all this other stuff that he's done to try to modernize the game, but he has a lot of work to do. And I think how he handles some of the things that I just mentioned is really going to determine his legacy.
The Oakland thing, you saw that they're looking to renegotiate the lease, at least for a time being, but then you see the mayor of Las Vegas, not quite the welcome mat, if you will.
Stay in Oakland.
For the Oakland. Yeah, exactly. So that whole Oakland thing, hopefully they can get something worked out, renew the lease, stay there until the new stadium is built in Vegas. Maybe. This whole Oakland thing is just a mess right now.
Where else could they play if they don't play? You play at the Coliseum. I mean, they had 1 year left on that lease, right?
Yeah. So the working theory was that they were going to move to Vegas, and then the question was, well, where are you going to play while they build that stadium at the Trop? And the ideas that have been thrown around of, they'll just play where their AAA team plays, because there already is a AAA team in Vegas that is the A's AAA affiliate. They said, they'll just spend some time playing in Salt Lake City just for a couple of years. And so the problem is this has not been fleshed out enough to a point where they can move forward with it, and it doesn't help, guys, that you have an owner in Oakland that is really doing this for the monetary gain. He wants to move to Vegas because he feels like it is going to be better monetarily for the team. But you have a team that is the bottom of the payroll each and every year. They're not spending. They had the reverse boycotts there last year, where instead of people not showing up, you had them pack the stadium on purpose to show the owner you should keep the team here. It's just a mess. And Rob Manfred, unfortunately, has his hands directly in the center of this, because who does he work for? He works for the owners.
Why can't they just, I know it's temporary, but why couldn't they just play in San Francisco? You see it in football in LA, New York, Jersey. Why? I mean, couldn't that, I know we're all traditionalists, but it could work. Schedule
logistically is where the concern would be, right? Because you have a team that's going to play 81 games at home.
Okay.
And you got 81 games for now 2 teams to share the same building. It just could be a little crazy. Now, listen,
doubleheaders.
They got people who they pay a lot of money who can probably figure it out. I'm not worried about that part of it. But I think Rob really wants to get that settled because, again, guys, expansion is on his horizon. He wants to get to 32 teams. And so he is not going to do that until Tampa is figured out and until Oakland is figured out. And so for him, that's got to be priority number one, figuring out what those 2 teams' long-term stadium solutions are going to be, whether it's relocation, whether it's staying where they're at, and then they can get towards expansion, Salt Lake City, Nashville, all these other places that have been kind of thrown out there.
Yeah, I had a conversation with someone the other day. Charlotte, I thought was on board, but it's Raleigh. It's Raleigh. Because you think they have an NHL team. And that's what I think baseball is looking for, is going into a market like that where you have 1 or 2 other professional teams. And I'm anxious to see if that Raleigh thing does come to fruition. I was just somebody that's actually involved in that project told me about that. And I was like, oh, okay, Raleigh. And I thought Charlotte would be the natural. I went to a Charlotte game last summer, and I loved it. It was a Saturday night. It was 8,000 people. I love minor league baseball. I don't think there's anything better. Anyway, seeing a sign that advertises ice cold beer doesn't seem wrong, does it?
No, not at all.
I mean, unless you're at a middle school band concert. Even then, Tennessee wants to make it taboo. There are 2 Republican lawmakers, I'm sad to say this, have introduced a bill that would ban the sale of refrigerated or cold beer in the state of Tennessee.
But I'm always good for a beer.
It's already, and he's a Democrat. It's already cleared 2 hurdles in the state, and now it's headed to a committee where it will be debated. If it passes the stage, it will then head to a final vote. Now, if you're thinking it's strange, it is trying to tackle. They're trying to tackle an important issue here, and the goal is to curb drinking and driving, reduce the crashes that are involved in alcohol, and drinking and driving is already illegal in Tennessee. We know that. But open container laws do allow those traveling in vehicles to be okay. So
that makes a lot of sense.
The bill is pretty vague at this point, at least the version that has been released publicly, but it specifically mentions beers sold at retail. So we're assuming bars, restaurants, venues, Manuch, could still serve cold beer, which some might argue is a bigger contributor to driving under influence because you see cold beer signs at gas stations and grocery stores when you're out driving and all that. So lawmakers are looking to address this too, but they like to see caps on the number of drinks that a place will serve when a person can't prove that they are a designated driver. So this, according to the Tennessean.
Sounds like why don't you both have a nice cold beer? Beer always comes. Everybody down. People go by just the outside just to buy the warm beer. They're refrigerated if they want to get out and about anyway.
I know, but come on.
I mean,
it's like, just give me a break.
Oh, I get it, Rock. I understand.
You can't see a sign that says cold beer or it's just dumb.
It goes beyond
I don't think cold beer signs make people drink more.
No, I just let them know, hey, we got cold beer here. Come on in, cold beer. They're just advertising that their beer is cold. I mean, that's to see something like this. Just
I would address the issue in Tennessee about open container first,
exactly,
before you go down this road.
That doesn't make sense at all. You're gonna ban that but allow open containers.
A little bit later, I'll get in which NFL fans drink the most. Do you think more? Do you think they drink more than Swifties? I got that to pass along a little bit later. As we'll dive into that, and then top 5 things drunk NFL fans say. So we're recapping the NFL, so we'll have some fun with that a little bit later. We are going to catch up with Scott Spreitzer here in just a bit. He is, of course, with DocSports.com. Kind of put a recap on the Super Bowl when it comes to the amount of money that was spent in Vegas and how he did and the props that he had, because he has been on fire in regards to betting the Super Bowl for the last 5-6 years. He's had tremendous success. So anxious to talk to him about that, as well as the over-unders and things like that. But let me tell you about G2G protein bars. I'm here to tell you they're at Costco. I went there today and bought 6 cases
Very
of
nice,
G2G protein bars.
Not boxes.
Cases.
Damn.
Wow. Because they are out there at the Arizona Athletic Grounds for a big weekend, President's Weekend out there in Mesa, and they are selling a ton of it. And no lie, I have, this is 10 o'clock this morning at the Costco in Queen Creek, and walking out with all of it, and literally 3 people from Costco, it's 10 o'clock, they just opened, 3 people said, we love those. We love it. It's a brand new product, so no one's just got to Costco last month, and people love it. So, my favorite is peanut butter banana chocolate, which is great. You can get them online at g2gbar.com. But if you are interested in trying it, you got to head to Costco, and it's in the refrigerated section. Now, when you're in Costco, there's all those refrigerators. This is closer to where you can get the chicken. Those chickens that they sell?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are great. The roasted chicken. It's right in that refrigerated section. So check that out. Get one today. Get a case. Get a box, whatever you like, at Costco. We'll come back. We'll talk to Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com next.
Clear. This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
If you were one of the fans with tickets who were denied entrance last Saturday to the WM Phoenix Open, you are able to apply for a refund. A statement from tournament officials this week admitted that changes needed to be made, and they'll spend the next several months identifying where change is needed. One game in the NHL tonight. It's at Mullet Arena, where the Yotes will take on the Hurricanes. A 7-game losing streak now for the Coyotes. They're 10 points out of the last wild card spot of the West. And the rivalry is renewed tomorrow night in the McHale Center as Arizona hosts Arizona State. At halftime, former Wildcat Christian Coloco will officially be inducted into the Ring of Honor. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional old world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions, and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor. Upper crust
Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
The will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
Life's a sprint. Meet G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in!
Steve! Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
CEOs You Should Know gives
He's there.
Opportunity to learn from some of the top business executives across Arizona. Hey, it's Jody Ayler, and I'm excited to learn. So come join with me by searching CEOs You Should Know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
A superbly versatile all-electric EQB from Mercedes-Benz. It's impressively techy and surprisingly roomy, with available seating for up to 7. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mdusa.com/EQB.
Now, sports gamblers, Scott Spreitzer, one of the leaders and most trusted names in the country. Nobody watches and studies games more than he does. From DocSports.com, here's Scott Spreitzer exclusively on with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Show me the money!
You're hot.
Well, house always wins adage doesn't always apply to the Super Bowl, especially when Patrick Mahomes has something to say about it. The underdog Chiefs, of course, knocked off the 49ers 25-22 in overtime, and the outright upset set the sports books back. Joining us to talk about it, because I know he did well, Scott Spreitzer joins us. How you doing, Scott? Am I accurate on that the some of the sports books was a bad Super Bowl for them?
Yeah, a few of them were whining, like they always do. As they install another $500,000 chandelier over the public that sits in their books and bets on their games. But, they're going into this Super Bowl, they had been tracking this officially for 32 years, 32 Super Bowls, and the books were 30-2 against the public. The betting
wow.
Don't feel too sorry for somebody when they say, we lost $400,000 when they won $16 million in one Super Bowl, in fact, So I was looking back at the records from all these Super Bowls since they started keeping records. 1995, Super Bowl 29, the books lost a little bit when that was that San Francisco San Diego Chargers Super Bowl that the public was all over the Niners. They were a huge favorite, like 18.5-point favorites, and they won 49-26. So the books lost a grand total of $396,000 $874 in that Super Bowl.
Jeez.
No big deal to them when you consider they made about $80 million over the course of the year from gamblers back in '95. And then in 2008, the books lost again a little bit when Eli Manning beat New England 17-14. And so that was it. 95 and 2008 until this week. It was the highest handle ever for a Super Bowl in the state of Nevada. About $186 million was bet in the state of Nevada on the Super Bowl. And of course, they talk about the billions that were bet around the country for the Super Bowl this year. So very lucrative. And of course, you know, when you're at the books and they claim to maybe lose 100,000 or 300,000 or $500,000, you know, they never mention all the other bets that the bettors are making on basketball, college and pro, NHL, everything else, and also running around the casino dropping coins in the video poker machine. So I don't think the hotels are too upset.
Yeah, I heard, BetMGM reported like 3 big wagers that they lost, but then on the flip side, Caesars did make out on one guy from Michigan, reportedly lost 3 wagers totaling $1.3 million. He had $1 million on the 49ers money line, $200,000 on Brock Purdy to win the MVP at plus 240, and then $100,000 on the coin toss tails. So he got beat up pretty bad.
Well, there was one guy at the Circa on Sunday afternoon who decided to tweet out that he bet $1.1 million on the game. And the guy calls himself the greatest gambler in the world. He didn't show who he had, but it was reported later by Circa that he had the San Francisco 49ers, so he lost that bet. And again, you know, the guy's in his 20s. So a lot of these guys who are betting, you know, $2 million, $1 million, $500,000, you know, it's kind of like the average guy losing a $20 bet to some of these guys. So you got to remember, like, to me, if all you got, I mean, if $100 bet hurts you bad financially, that's a bigger bet than somebody who's got, you know, $500 million in the bank and they lose a $2 million bet. So it's all relative to what the person's bankroll is. But we saw some big bets, a couple cashed, a couple didn't. But what I like the best about the results of the Super Bowl being in Las Vegas, Boomer Esiason, something bad's going to happen. It shouldn't be in Sin City. Phil Mushnick, the writer back east. This is not good for the NFL. This is not good for fans of sports. Something really bad's going to happen because it's in Las Vegas. It's one of the cleanest, most well-run Super Bowls of all time, and it'll be put in the rotation, you know, Las Vegas. So I was very happy about that. Being not a lifer, but I've been here for 2/3 of my life, more than that. It's a situation where I was very proud of the way the city handled things.
Scott, in the overtime scenario, educate me, is that a prop? Is okay, this is going to over? Is it a separate bet per se? Or is the line, whether you go overtime, 2 overtimes, or whatever? How does that work?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you're carried over. Like if you bet a full game bet, if you bet like I had Kansas City in the game, and you know it doesn't end at the end of the 4 quarters. You know, you got to go with the overtime too. So it's a situation where they were an underdog, and I took the couple of points. And at the end of regulation, I'm covering, but I had to sweat overtime. So it goes into overtime. I mean, you know, it's funny, guys, because many years ago, the late 90s, doing a show every Friday night at a book here called the Sunset Station, which is, you know, opened around that time, and it's still around, and it's part of the station casinos gang. And I said, you know, I go, have you guys ever thought about 12 to win 10 and you get the result in regulation? So you got to lay, instead of $11 to win 10, you lay $12 to win 10, but you get the result at the end of regulation. You don't have to sweat any overtimes. And all the bookmakers loved it. All the bean counters hated it, so it never happened. And, you know, I still argue to this day, the books aren't going to lose because all of a sudden somebody's, you know, cashing a bet at the end of regulation and they lay 12 to win 10. The books are still going to make probably even more money on a bet like that. But, yeah, the bean counters didn't go for it. But I've always said that, you know, and that's why, you know, like I'll bet a lot of first 5 innings in baseball or first half in basketball because I think my team is good enough to get halfway through the game. I'm not so sure they can hang on for the entire game or if it goes into overtime. And so, you know, there's ways around it, but the books have yet to jump on board with that idea of 12 to win 10 to get the result in regulation.
Scott Spreitzer joining us here. You follow him on Twitter at Scott Wins. Scott, I've been looking for the story. I haven't seen it, but I've been told from someone that said ESPN Bet, they're new into this business. People that prop bets that had Christian McCaffrey scoring an anytime score did not give that to them because it was a pass back to Jennings, of course, who threw it to him. Did you hear anything like that?
I haven't heard anything like that in the state of Nevada.
Okay.
And I've heard rumors floating around there, and I haven't been able to confirm if they're factual or not. It's crazy. I mean, listen, I'm going to just say it like it is. If a book does that to a person who bet on that, and I don't even know if they did for sure, but if they did, they ought to be shut down immediately.
That's
he
true.
Scored the touchdown.
Yeah, I know. And then I had heard, and this is just something not even related, but similar to that, we're at Toyota here in Scottsdale, right? Toyota, and there's a guy that I know that comes in here a lot. He mentioned to me that a few weeks ago in a hockey game with the Coyotes, there was a score that he had a parlay, and the puck went in off of another player. And they usually give the guy who's closest to that or touched the puck, last the goal, right? And they did credit him the goal in the stats for the NHL, but DraftKings said no, and they cut the bet.
Wow. That's absolutely insane.
It is, but there's nothing that the average person can do about that, right? I mean, it's just like he went back and forth, talking to people, and they just threw it out, and it's like, and he lost his money, So
see, in the state of Nevada, if it's in the box score, it happened. It's as simple as that, and that's the way it should be everywhere. That's a horrible story. That's a sickening story to me, and it's always been that way as long as I've been here in the state of Nevada. If it's in the box score, that play happened. You pay off on what it says in the official box score that league, backs, that league puts out. And so that's absolutely nuts. I mean, the state of Nevada, everything about that pass back to Christian McCaffrey on the touchdown drive, everything that you bet on that had something to do with McCaffrey going over or
scoring the first touchdown. Yeah.
And I had over 34.5 receiving yards. That was my biggest play of the entire Super Bowl for McCaffrey, and at the time he had about 12 or 13, and it was early. It was like second quarter or whatever. So when they threw that, the only thing I was sweating was, oh, crap. Did they lateral back to McCaffrey? Was it a run? So then I watched the replay, and I'm like, okay, now I can celebrate.
Yeah.
Well, it should be across the board. Every book, everywhere in this country that takes a bet, it should be, if it's found in the box score, it happened.
Didn't he have about, 160 plus or minus total offense, 80 and 80 or something like that? I mean, he kind of picked up. I mean, if he doesn't fumble that first fumble, I mean, Lord knows they may win the game, but he'd have more. But it seemed like he had 80 yards receiving, 80 yards quietly rushing in that game for plus or minus
80 and 80.
Yeah, 80 and 80.
And he just got a massive. And I'll tell you what, again, listen, I bet the game because and this has nothing to do with the opposing quarterback. Doesn't matter who the opposing quarterback is. I had Mahomes, and I felt better taking Mahomes, getting a couple of points than I would have no matter who he would have played in that game. And I was glad to see that Brock Purdy showed the world he's a legit starting quarterback. That was cool too. I'm glad they lost. Don't get me wrong, because I had a bet on the other side. But he showed he's a legit quarterback, legit starting quarterback to those doubters that were left. But again, you know what it came down to? It came down to that fumbled punt return.
Yeah.
That was the only touchdown in regulation for KC. Came, on an 18-yard, one-play drive following that fumbled punt. So, when I hear people talking about, KC being the greatest, well, yeah, I mean, I can't argue with, calling Patrick Mahomes the GOAT, or right there even with Brady, or Andy Reid being one of the greatest coaches we've seen of all time. But they won the game because of a fumbled punt to a certain extent. I don't want to take away what they did in overtime, but again, if I don't get that fumbled punt, I might be talking about I lost last week in the Super Bowl.
Been a heck of a football season, Scott. So we turn our attention to college basketball. So we'll look forward to getting into that next week. So thanks as always, buddy. Have a great weekend.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Scott Spreitzer, follow him on Twitter at ScottWins and at DocSports.com. Well, coming up, football at 50. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs. Should they have gone out for dinner and drinks after the shootings in Kansas City? We'll dive into that story. Plus, Tiger Woods withdrawals from the Genesis. We'll have next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Wright Toyota.
Transaction complete.
How's that credit card statement looking?
Uh-oh.
Not good. Don't miss your chance to win $1,000 every hour with inflation compensation at the top of the hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
This is what they do.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. At Lerner and Rowe, we pride ourselves on giving back, so we want to help you win $1,000 in cash. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did. When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. Reduce your impact on the environment this fall by packing a waste-free lunch for school or work. Avoid foods with excessive packaging. Use reusable cutlery, napkins, cups, bags, and containers, and recycle or compost any waste when possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like rowing upstream, but it's a river, a whitewater river, and the only paddles you have are pool noodles. Then when a new to-do pops up, you're like, nope, I'm already rowing upstream with these pool noodle paddles. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to get personalized discounts with a commercial auto insurance quote online, so your to-do list is smooth sailing. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverages and discounts not available in all states and subject to policy terms and underwriting.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
You know, it's easy for talking heads to question what people do, especially celebrities. And just hours after what happened in Kansas City in that victory parade, members of the team met up for dinner and drinks in the city. They hit up a place called Grand Falloon Restaurant and Bar. Patrick Mahomes had rented out the place, and Travis Kelce was spotted outside taking a selfie with a cop with a beer in his hand. Other players, I guess, were there. No other names had surfaced, but there's also no word on what went on inside. It was like it was a kind of wild party, or it could have been very low key. We don't know. And of course, people are wondering if it should have happened at all, given the early events earlier in the day. And you wonder if, should they have gone out to dinner and done all that? I mean, I know this is petty,
sure,
but this is where we are these days in our society and social media.
I get, it's kind of like you got different trains of thought here. It's a celebration of their victory in the Super Bowl. Just a tragedy just happened. They've got these plans for everybody to get there and celebrate their victory. And it's unfortunate this tragedy happened. And so kind of like you just go home, or I mean, it could have been a place there too that they just went there to have dinner and just kind of celebrate, but just also think about, what happened there in Kansas City. Yeah, that's tough, Rock. It's kind of like, they're out there celebrating, hooting and hollering. Well, yeah, is it appropriate? Probably not. But then again, these guys are all going to probably disperse after this get-together, after winning another Super Bowl, kind of go from there. That's a hard call on something like that.
I know
man.
it is, yeah.
That's it.
It'd be an interesting poll question just to see the pulse. There's that joke people make about historically bad franchises. Like, oh, you're a Cardinals fan, you must drink a lot. So a company that makes mobile smartphone breathalyzers got tons of volunteers to submit voluntary blood alcohol readings as they watched NFL teams from September to January of this year. In all, they got more than 28,000 unique tests. And surprisingly, Cardinals weren't on the top of the list.
Weren't there, huh, Rock?
No, they were basically kind of in the middle.
Well, they were losing a lot this year, as you can imagine. Maybe people were just used to it, not quite so anxious to drink when they were losing on a winning team.
Here are the fan bases that drank the most: the Tennessee Titans, followed by the Steelers, Colts, Falcons, and Saints. Least, obviously, they won a Super Bowl. You don't have to worry about anything. Kansas City Chiefs, Commanders, who didn't make the playoffs,
right?
Giants, who didn't make the playoffs, Ravens almost made the Super Bowl, and the LA Chargers.
You look at those teams that were the heavy drinkers versus that weren't, and just look at your kind of crowd you have, or the kind of fan that comes from those cities that, that if they know their team's not going to be a very good team, all right, nothing to really drink about. Or a team that starts off great, all of a sudden they go in the tank. Folks get a little more anxious and drinking more.
So I saw this thing as top things that drunk NFL fans say. This is the Cowboys' year.
Is there always?
More Taylor Swift, please.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Screw a quarterback. Let's draft a kicker.
I love it.
What's Jerry Jones' secret to naturally aging? That's one. Terry Bradshaw makes sense. I wish Joe Buck called every game. Hello, I'm Jason Kelce. The future of our franchise is Justin Fields. Hey, guy with the Raiders neck tattoo. What are you looking at? And then finally, now that Bill Belichick is out of coaching, should he get into fashion? That's the top things drunk NFL fans say.
Oh, man.
We just got word that Tiger Woods has decided to pick up his clubs and go into the pro shop, into the golf shop, as he has decided to. Where'd you put your news? Oh, there it is. Withdraw from the Genesis Invitation after 6 holes in round 2. He was 2 over. Cut line currently is at 1 over. He did say yesterday he was dealing with back spasm, but he was taken off the course on a golf cart, and the PGA Tour is saying that it's due to illness. Is that it all? Is that all, Jax?
Yeah, that's all. He went over yesterday. Looked like a good round for him.
That shank was awful.
Yeah, shank was terrible, but he parred it somehow.
Yeah, well, he was the tree, his second shot. I don't know how he made that. I mean, what a great shot after he shanked it.
Only Tiger Woods.
Yeah, it looked like Bubba Watson's at the Masters when he was in between those trees.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So he was 1 over yesterday, started out hot at a birdie on 1, parred 2 and 3, but bogeyed 4 and 5, parred 6, and then I guess the sickness took over and he decided to leave the tournament. So unfortunate with the hype around it, with Sunday Red being Riviera. He's never won there, never played well, and for him to be withdrawn, it's kind of devastating for the tournament's sake.
You know, he hasn't completed a 72-hole PGA Tour event since last year's Genesis Invitation when he was tied for 45th. You know, he had to withdraw in the 2023 Masters, which was his last PGA start.
Yeah, it's either the leg, the back spasm, but this one just, sickness, flu bug, who knows what. Unfortunately,
he said that shank was because of his back.
Yeah, could be. Could come all of a sudden.
I think, like you, Manuch, just take it. Just say, yeah, it was a bad shot. You would say the same thing.
Well,
it's because of back.
Well, the reason why he probably his back buckled and probably
did look like it. It did look like it.
Well, he did probably everything he could do to get through the swing.
But why can't you just say, I shanked it? Just say,
I popped my head.
I lifted my head.
It's Tiger.
My grip.
Tiger.
But instead he's got to use back spasm because he can use that forever.
Yeah, he's been pretty adamant about something. He goes, I've heard him in some of his pressers after he goes, not like I just sucked or I had a shankopotamus here or there. So maybe at that point, look, that caused me to, when I buckled, my back buckled, my wrist buckled, whatever.
All right, let's get to our locks of the week. Last week, go ahead, Jax.
Yeah, myself and Shu got our lock, Chiefs plus 1.5, and you two guys had the Niners minus 4.5 and did not hit. So the standings stand as follows: myself in first place, 15 and 17, Rock 14 and 18, Manuch 13, 18 and 2, and Shu 11, 8 and 1.
All right, Manuch, what do you got this week?
I got Iona, who's a 12.5 point favorite with Manhattan, who's horrible. So I got that game, tonight's game. I got Iona taking charge. He's playing pretty good basketball as my lock in New York City.
I was going to go Yotes, but I'm going Arizona now. I think Arizona's going to roll ASU. I don't have the spread in
18 and a
half.
Doesn't
matter. I think they're going to blow them out.
If
it was 25, I would
30.
still do it. No, why not? Jax?
I got UConn minus 7.5 at home tomorrow against Marquette.
Shu.
VCU St. Louis under 144.5.
Why do you got to be so different? You know, we're all doing money lines, and you got to do over-under.
You see my record? You see my record in the locks? That's why I'm different.
Good point.
He is.
It's 11-1.
Pretty 10.
Hour number 3 is coming up. Harry Harrison Jr. of the LA Dodgers broadcast team will join us at 3:30.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona.
There are no picks for me to steal,
Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101.
I don't like my pick anyway, but
at saltriverrewards.com.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheets. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric. Ooh la la, it's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes, you know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets, more freshness, more softness, less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Coyotes getting set to host the Hurricanes tonight. The Utes have lost a season-high 7 straight games entering the tilt, and they're 10 points out of a wild card spot in the West. College basketball tomorrow. Arizona State is visiting number 6 Arizona. The Sun Devils have won back-to-back games, while the Wildcats have won their last 5. The Cats have won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two rivals. Grand Canyon took down visiting Utah Tech last night. That extended their winning streak to 6 games. The Lopes are back in action tomorrow night as they play host to California Baptist. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide cash at sports910.com. That's cash at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Friday night, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into the upper 40s, and then a really nice weekend on tap. For Saturday, look for highs around 75 with plenty of sunshine. That sunshine continues into your Sunday at 76 and then topping out on Monday with 80 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, we're out here at Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale, and we're right across from the Waste Management Phoenix Open TPC Scottsdale, number 16. And I think it's important to pass this along because it's been the topic all week on various radio and television stations regarding what went down last week as you had all that rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, which contributed to a significant change in the conditions there at TPC Scottsdale. The rainfall just kind of blanket that whole 190 acres of that golf course and really created a significant challenge and challenges for the tournament. And, of course, you heard about the decision on Saturday where they suspended alcohol sales. You heard that they closed the main entrance. It was a mess. And I think everybody would agree it was a mess. And there were a lot of frustration, a lot of fans that, showed up, bought a ticket, showed up, and were denied entrance. Well, they have decided, the Thunderbirds, to refund anyone who was denied entrance on Saturday. This has nothing to do with Friday or Sunday, only Saturday, which is the only one you really have to worry about. But if you would like a refund, you can email orders to WMPhoenixOpen.com, and that's all written out, WMPhoenixOpen.com. They have a dedicated team that is there to respond to every inquiry, answer any questions. And as for the future, I should say, they are going to get together over the next upcoming months. They're going to identify those areas where they need to change, wherever it needs to be, wherever that's necessary. And this isn't just for Friday, Saturday. It's for the entire week. Because, like, I had issues on Thursday, with rideshare. And they're motivated, that being the Thunderbirds. They're going to continue to make this WM Phoenix Open an incredible experience. They're going to ensure the future success of this tournament for the fans. And, of course, what's really most important is to the community.
Yeah, and I think that maybe this is somewhat of unfortunately, a blessing in disguise that this happened. Now they can streamline because if they get rain again, they've got a plan B to go to. And then, more than anything, this thing is so popular, Rocky, you got to realize, we've talked about this for years. There's close to 5.5 million people in this 50-mile square radius. Besides all the snowbirds, everybody else coming in that are coming out and going, they're basing their vacation around coming out here at the WM Phoenix Open. I mean, there's
I had 6 people staying at my house that came for the tournament, bought tickets ahead of time. Unfortunately, because things were sold out, and they tried getting tickets back, I want to say in November, and they ended up spending close to $450 for a ticket on Greenskeeper on Thursday.
Sure.
And they get out there, and it's colder than you know what. There's those space heaters, which they used to do the space heaters.
Yes.
And, where they were, they couldn't get coffee. And, and whereas where I was, which was right next to it, I got everything I wanted. Sure. I was in a pretty good tent. I didn't have heaters. But, they were only out there for a couple hours. Sure. And that's a chance you take by buying, one of those hospitality passes. But there's got to be something they can do when the weather's bad. I don't know if it's even if it's a gesture. Hey, we're sorry. It was rough. Even if here's a couple GA tickets for next year, or hey, I don't know. I don't know what you can do because a lot of these tickets are sold on outside websites.
Sure, and I think that maybe they control how much are sold per day.
Well, I told you that earlier this week. I just said get rid of the GA any day tickets.
Yeah, and I think from there, now that this has happened, okay, now what's the solution? Plan B, just in case this happens again, so they have something to fall back on. If we get bad weather and clement weather, I commend them, Rock.
I know.
We're going basically to refund everybody for that Saturday.
I made the mistake this year to use the ride share, and I will never do that again, ever. The way I wanted to go through the process.
Sure. Yeah.
And I did. And it's horrible to have to walk basically from the TPC grounds to almost, literally a block from the 101.
So you said about a mile? You think you walked a mile?
I don't know. How, Jack, you worked there. To go all the way down, you walk out, and then you're walking towards the 101.
Yeah.
Bell Road.
Probably a mile and a half, 2 miles.
Okay, people say, Rock, you need to walk that far. But no, it did help those raining. But the problem is you got all the way down there, and then you get on a bus, and then to take you, to Victorium or wherever it was. And then, that process was okay. But you still had to wait. And the problem with the way they have it set up, I got canceled twice. So, I pick up my Uber or Lyft. Right. I did both. And they canceled me, so they say 5 minutes, and then I got canceled. Then 10 minutes, I got canceled. So that happened multiple times. Man. And other people were having that too. I still think, let's go back to the old school. Bring in the yellow cabs with the ride share and get on a yellow cab like they used to do at the Bird's Nest, where you walk out, you literally walk, left goes into the Bird's Nest if you have a ticket for that, and then the right, I think, or middle would go to the buses, and then right would go to rideshare. And rideshare's right there because everybody's ride sharing right now. So when you want to get everybody out of there as fast as you can,
you would think,
and let those Uber drivers just line up.
And the other two, not only in the course, but I heard some of the issues with the Bird's Nest as well too. There were quite a few issues there too, as far as
I didn't go to the
overcrowding, and then people couldn't move, and alcohol sales, and this and that. It was just this whole thing was kind of and nothing against the Thunderbirds and the greatness that they do. This is something that just needs to be tweaked, and tweak it, knowing you're going to probably have every year another 100,000 are going to show up. Now, do you want to limit it and keep it at there, and maybe just not that you charge more money, just limit it?
I don't have. I think there's some people out there that won't mind paying more for a general admission ticket if they don't have if they can have a better experience.
Sure, to help weed out, maybe to kind of, weed out some of those if they can pay higher prices. I doubt that they do that, but I just think there's got to be a solution from the standpoint of not as many people and just take what you have.
Staying with golf, the PGA Tour has said that Tiger Woods withdrew from the second round of the Genesis Invitational today due to illness. So he got through, 6 holes, I believe?
6 holes
He
today.
was 2 over, and he is withdrawn. So the last time he was out, he had to withdraw too, and that was the Masters last year.
Yeah, just some bad luck.
Sucks. I so want him to have success.
And what was the
He's so
cutoff?
good for golf.
Was it +1, Jackson?
+1 is the cut line, yes.
And he was at +2?
+2, had 11 holes left. 12 holes left, excuse me.
Yeah. Everybody was looking, hey, if he makes the cut, we're going to watch Tiger this weekend just to see what but, if the guy gets a flu bug and can hardly function, so be it.
3.
Some other news from last night. GCU got their winning streak up to 6 straight as they took care of Utah Tech last night. They won 73-61. They will host California Baptist tomorrow. They are currently 23-2, 13-1 in the WAC. They are someone that I believe right now it's safe to say is on the bubble. The bubble,
Sure.
A small bubble, but on a bubble. I mean, it's just sad that the WAC is just the WAC. Let's just be honest. Hurricanes are in town to face the Yotes in Tempe. Yotes have lost 7 straight as they lost the other night to Minnesota. So they are now 10 points out of the wild card spot in the West. We did find out today from multiple people that it looks as though the auction is set for mid-June for the arena. And what I was told is if Alex Morello, the owner, brings his checkbook, or whatever they do these days.
2.
Yeah, you just
bring your checkbook.
I think they sell it to him. I think it's a Venmo. I think
it's Venmo, Zelle, PayPal.
The deed comes in the mail. And you sign it. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, did you wonder?
What's the wiring instructions for something like that?
Yeah, it's like, all right. But anyway, that's supposed to be happening in mid-June, so that's good. So we'll have to wait until end of the NHL season to find out what happens with that. NBA All-Star games tonight. Starts tonight, not the game, but all the festivities.
Which venue are you guys excited about this weekend?
I'm really excited about the slam dunk venue. Yes.
Really? The skills venue for me is really
Jack, you like the 3-point?
Yeah, I like the 3-point venue.
We were joking around because Manuch, who does the State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question, and said, what venue are you looking forward to the most with the NBA All-Star Weekend? And the skills challenge, the slam dunk competition, the 3-point shooting, or the game.
Thank you.
So we changed it to what events
there you go.
are you looking forward to the most?
Yeah,
so you can go vote on X at Roc and Manuch. And for a free quote, go to state48roofing.com.
Currently, 3-point contest at 50%, followed by the slam dunk at 33.3%. And then the skills challenge, 16.7%. How many people you said are watching for the game? 0%.
Jerry Hairston Jr., former big leaguer, and World Series ring holder, is going to join us. He's with the LA Dodgers broadcasting team. He's going to join us in about 15 minutes. Jackson's Rewind is next, our favorite time of the week. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910 from Right Toyota.
Tomorrow on The Drive, after Bradley Beal suffered his 4th injury in his son's uniform, we get to see Royce O'Neal in a bigger role. Could it eventually lead to a starting job for Royce O'Neal? We break down Bradley Beal as a 6th man at 6:05 on The Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Heading out on the 202 southbound, the South Mountain Freeway, there's a crash near Van Buren on the right shoulder, and a tow truck just got there. 17 northbound, a wreck near Union Hills. A crash is partially blocking northbound Scottsdale Road at the 101.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. From tequila cocktails to an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls in the 29-degree drafts. Stop by any 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations today.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at riverrewards.com.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, Managing Attorney.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
This week at Macy's, shop incredible specials on what you need now, like 65% off warm and stylish coats for her, and 40 to 50% off shoes, handbags, and accessories to complete your look. Plus, take 15 to 60% off great furniture and mattress deals, too. And Star Rewards members earn rewards even faster now during Star Money bonus days. At Macy's, savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Diamondbacks pitchers and catchers reported this week. The club's first full team workout is scheduled for Monday. GCU took down visiting Utah Tech last night. They'll entertain Cal Baptist tomorrow. Also tomorrow, ASU will visit number 6 Arizona. Tonight, the Coyotes are home for the Hurricanes. 2 juveniles have been charged in connection with a shooting at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade that left 1 person dead and 22 others injured. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The utterly inspired all-electric EQE sedan from Mercedes-Benz. With hundreds of customizable comfort settings inside the cabin, it's the EV that recharges you. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQE.
In case you missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Jack puts it all together. The best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jackson's Rewind exclusively on Fox Sports 9.
All right, we do it every Friday. Unfortunately, Jimmy B is not with us to share in the fun. But we are out here at Wright Toyota every Friday. Big President's Weekend here. So if you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Wright Toyota, I recommend going to the website first, wrighttoyota.com, and check out what they have inventory-wise. But they have a lot of cars that aren't Toyota as well. So they've had Lamborghinis in here and Teslas, and you name it, they have it. Mercedes, really cool high-end, as well as some real affordable cars if you're looking for something good gas mileage, all that good stuff. But everything's here at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, so check it out. All right, Jax. You going to be nice this week?
First time in a while, all 3 of you guys are in the rewind.
Oh, I made it.
You know, I try to get Rock in there. It's not a really big deal. It's the first clip with Rock.
You're in there.
Rock is in there. Manuch is in there. Jimmy B, again, you get him every day of the week because he doesn't show up for Fridays, but he's basically there for 15 minutes here in this segment. So let's start out with Rock. A little slip up here in the beginning of the week, but this is Rock talking about how Patrick Peterson should be the same level as Michael Jordan.
And we're going to get into a lot of this today. We're going to talk about Patrick Peterson and is he the Michael Jordan of the NFL.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. What did I just say?
Patrick Peterson.
Patrick Peterson. I don't know where I'm looking at. I really said Patrick Peterson?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. It's
all right. Patrick Mahomes.
There you go. Yep.
Notice how Jimmy B says, it's all right. All right. He's like, I do that every day. I do that 10 times a day where I say, I mess up. Yeah.
I thought you might have just been testing me and Jimmy to just make sure we're
No, that was just totally, I have no idea. I am not a Patrick Peterson fan. I don't know if I was looking at something on my computer and I saw Peterson and then we're talking about Patrick Mahomes. No excuse for that. I screwed up.
Hey, you're accountable though.
Totally, I totally messed up.
Took the L. You
Yeah.
take the L. And move on.
We're gonna keep progressing forward because there's some more accountability that needs to be happening from some people in the rewind. But the second one here, Rock was talking about what brands of beer were sold at the Super Bowl, and he was saying, why is Bud Light not the number one seller? And Jimmy B, didn't have an idea on why Bud Light wasn't the number one selling beer. So we're just gonna let this click. But Jimmy B loves Bud Light.
Scan social media posts to find the most popular Super Bowl beer in all 50 states, and the official sponsor of the game was Bud Light. Didn't rank first anywhere. And we obviously know why.
I don't get that. I don't get it. Why would I listen to some butthead tell me which beer I'm supposed to drink? I don't do that. I drink whatever I want to drink.
You drink Bud Light?
I am.
You're a Bud Light guy?
Yeah, I like it.
You like the Michelob Ultra?
I like that too.
Is that what they drink in Sun Lakes?
Yeah.
Actually,
Bud Light, whatever's free.
Whatever's
Whatever's
free.
on happy hour.
That's
yeah,
it.
whatever Luby's.
He's like, why is
I
Bud
still
Light
don't-
on a discount? Why is it so discounted here?
It wasn't discounted.
Discounted
I don't
everywhere.
get it.
Bud Light, there's a reason
I still
for it.
don't get that.
I honestly don't think Jimmy knows what happened to Anheuser-Busch over a year and a half ago that just killed that brand for so long.
That's surprising.
And they're making them, they'll be back, of course. It's still the king of beers.
Was he making a joke about some Budhead, or did he say Butthead?
I don't think he
knew.
I don't think he knew. I just didn't understand. He didn't understand why no one liked Bud Light.
But he's on Twitter 24/7, so that's why I kind of.
You would think, but what does an 80-year-old look at? What pops up in his feed?
We do have to make note that this could be the possibility if he was trying to, play along with the joke and it just didn't land very well. That is one of the potential outcomes.
He had no idea.
Good point,
Right.
Shu. Good point.
That's a good teaser to our fourth clip there, or Shu, for you saying that. But this next one, and we go back to the accountability factor, and this might go down as one of the worst minute of radio for Manuch.
It was funny because they showed the booth where I think it was Iron Eagle and somebody else, and then you had SquarePants and SpongeBob.
Yep,
the two broadcasters
Those are not two different people, Manuch. It's SpongeBob SquarePants is one person,
One
and
person.
then Patrick Starr was
No
next
job,
to
Manuch.
him.
Yeah, the other guy was Nate Barlow.
And it was Noah Eagle, not Iron Eagle, so you just completely messed that up. That was really great.
Well, the two
Jimmy.
the two broadcasters. Yeah, the two broadcasters.
Yeah, don't mix me into that.
Okay, so the caricatures and the broadcasters having their own
Caricatures
booth
or the
here.
cartoons?
Cartoon characters. Yeah, cartoon characters.
Okay, you see caricatures.
Characters.
Caricatures are like our picture on our
Our logo.
website.
Our logo. Same difference.
No, it's really not.
Caricatures.
No, that was a bad minute from you.
Yeah, you're not starting the week off well.
That's definitely making it into Friday for sure.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I'm gonna give you some material there.
So
characters.
so be accountable. Not your best minute.
No, not my best minute at all.
Okay, there we go.
We cut it down to 22 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yes,
Yes, very
SpongeBob
good.
SquarePants.
Very good,
Yes. Patrick
And it was-
Starr.
But no,
Noah
in
Eagle.
defense of my 19-year-old relationship with Manuch, I don't watch that stuff either. I know it's just SpongeBob.
But he said SquarePants and SpongeBob. Like that was the problem for me. Like if he said just SpongeBob, I would have been okay. But he said SquarePants and SpongeBob, and then proceeded to name the wrong member of the Eagle family that was calling the game. Like none of it was even close to correct. That was what made it bad.
Was I in the ballpark? I mean,
No, that was what allowed the train wreck to occur. Is that you weren't even close. You're like, oh, Iron Eagle was calling the game, and SquarePants was no.
That's good.
Well, going back to our comment earlier about Jimmy B, saying jokes that aren't so funny, here's this one, the fourth clip of Jimmy B just losing it, dead air for approximately about 4 seconds in awe of one being Rock.
So if you were literally or physically halfway between Kansas City and San Francisco, you'd be in Green River, Wyoming. You know how hard it was for me to find that? It's a small town in southwestern part of the state.
It's
And
off
I know
the-
that's random, but cut me a break. it wasn't easy coming up with these 10 interesting
It's
Super Bowl
off
facts after a
Highway
Super Bowl
80.
party.
It's off Highway 80, and I have stopped in Green River to get gas.
Wow. Go ahead, hit the button, Shu.
He did give him a little wow.
Wow. Yeah, wow. The stuff you provide to the show.
Oh,
Jim.
man.
Bad breath.
Yep,
that's me.
Those are bated breath.
Yeah. Green River. You didn't know you said bad breath.
I did.
No, you did.
I did. I said with bad breath.
You're starting to be embattled, or what was the word?
He's still emboldened.
He's really emboldened right now.
Emboldened, yes.
I am.
No, it sucks. It's like, this is only funny for us four. You know?
I know.
You know what? I'm okay with that, though. I'm okay with just the segment for us. I'm good with that. I'm okay.
Because you really got to hear the whole.
Well, because the end of the clip, it's a callback to from 3 segments ago where Jimmy said the word emboldened and nobody on the show knew what the word meant.
Yeah.
And we went down a whole entire path with that, and then we called back to it here. It was something.
It really came back, didn't it?
It came back to haunt us? Is that
Oh
what
my
pretty much
gosh.
came back to
We got 2 more clips left.
man.
This next one, Rock talking about how he really wants to meet one of Jimmy B's friends.
Yeah.
Just about
I
everything.
want to meet one of your friends.
I could do just
like
about
I want to meet one of your
if they're
buddies.
still around.
Yeah. I really want to know more about Jimmy
Yeah, we
B.
lost him 5 years ago.
Yeah. Sun Lakes, Sun City, same thing.
No, it's not. He's pretty butthurt about Sun Lake, Sun City comparison. You make it's 6 and 1/2 dozen.
I'm not gonna lie. I have some
It's-
friends that have commented on us beating them up about Sun City versus Sun Lakes, and Sun Lakes is. I don't want to offend people in Sun City, but it's Sun Lakes and Sun City. It's the same. It's the same demographic.
Same demo.
But when it
genre.
comes to the actual beautification,
facilities,
development, ropes in communities,
Yes,
and all
ropes
that. I mean, there's
the web.
It's just, it's. How do I say this? It's Scottsdale versus
West Side.
Oh, guys, the phone's ringing back here. Give me a second.
No, I'm not touching
listeners.
it. I'm not touching it. I don't want to offend anybody.
All right, this last one, we had Ryan Hansen on the show yesterday, and they were talking ball, him and Jimmy B. He calls Jimmy B this name.
sucked. Pissed me off.
So I've watched him close this year. I still really haven't seen a good drop step move for a big man, and he still seems to be awkward at times around the basket. Is that a fair assessment, or am I all wet?
Coach, you're right on point right there. If you watch Fallow,
Coach, wait, Ryan, come on! Don't give Jimmy B a coach. His head's getting big right now.
I have a hat on.
Oh, I love it.
And he's only 5'3", so he feels good about basketball.
Right? You know when Jimmy and I start going chalk talk on each other, we're nerding out here. It's good stuff.
Jimmy is our basketball aficionado.
Going to talking to drop step there.
Real quick, guys, Tiger Woods has left Riviera in an ambulance. And as people are speculating on Twitter, illness had to do with In-N-Out Burger he had before his
BS.
round.
If he would have had the pickle.
Sources say
In-N-Out Burger was yesterday.
Sources say
that was
he
Wednesday.
had the runs. No,
that's BS. You shouldn't even report that. He had the In-N-Out Burger with no sauce and no pickles on Wednesday. Today's Friday.
People say he had it before his round today.
All right, I can see. But if you have no sauce on the In-N-Out Burger
and no pickles,
what else is it? Tomato, tomato,
the undercooked.
It was a double. I mean, he had maybe we don't even know if there was cheese on it.
No,
there was. I ain't buying that.
Yeah, what do you expect?
It's something else he had. Maybe one of his protein bars that he's eating.
I'm gonna tell you what, that's not good. He'd probably go get an IV in him and take him to the hospital. Obviously, there's something going on with the bad burger, one way or the other. Good job, Jack.
Thank
you, baby.
Thank you.
So, did the Dodgers spend enough money this offseason to get them a World Series for 2024? We'll find out next. Los Angeles Dodgers broadcaster and former big leaguer Jerry Harrison Jr. will join us next right here on Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
The NBA has hit its All-Star break. The festivities are in Indianapolis. Kevin Durant will start on Sunday for the West. Devin Booker will come off the bench. Arizona home for Arizona State tomorrow in college ball. Sun Devils trying to get back-to-back road wins over the Wildcats for the first time since winning 3 straight from 2008 through 2010. A 7-game losing streak for the Yotes as they play the Hurricanes at home tonight. 2 juveniles are facing charges in the mass shooting at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade that left 1 dead and 22 injured. Police say the suspects are being held at a detention center on gun-related and resisting arrest charges. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Friday night, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into the upper 40s, and then a really nice weekend on tap. For Saturday, look for highs around 75 with plenty of sunshine. That sunshine continues into your Sunday at 76 and then topping out on Monday with 80 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Oh, yeah. It's Globetrotter game time. Get ready for the Harlem Globetrotters 2023 World Tour. Presented by Jersey Mike Subs. All new, non-stop action, amazing basketball skills, 4-point shots, high-flying dunks, and more. Get tickets for the whole family, where you can be part of the action. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters at Footprint Center on March 4th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for pool, poker, and trivia. And now, the new Husk Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Lager drafts.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the 2nd most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Hi, this is Kelly Cooper. Now picture this. You and your friends or family are gathered around a table, laughing, toasting, and sharing stories. At the Melting Pot, we're not just a restaurant, we're an experience. Are you ready to glow up your next birthday celebration? Look no further than the Melting Pot, where unforgettable moments are created and delicious memories are made. The Melting Pot is your perfect night out, where birthdays become memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, check us out online at meltingpot.com. That's meltingpot.com.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts.
He's there.
Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense.
I don't think we want to make our guest too mad, you know.
Anytime.
He's good. No, he's fine.
So you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today.
Okay, love that.
Learn more at knowpneumonia.com.
Appreciate it.
That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Okay.
Sponsored by
Whether it's direct or indirect.
I think a Mercedes-Benz EV isn't just extraordinary, it's extra easy. With full remote access to your vehicle from your phone via the Mercedes Me Connect app, the vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQ.
If you're talking to Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910, you're on the right Toyota phone line. Check it out for yourself at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Right Toyota.
You're hot.
So did the Dodgers spend enough money to get them to the World Series this year? They definitely won the winner. They have big signings, Ohtani, Glasnow, and others, but that's not a guarantee. Just ask the New York Mets, Chris Schubert, who splurged for $374 million in payroll last year. That was the highest in Major League Baseball history, and it did not work. Jerry Harrison Jr., Sportsnet, LA, joins us now to talk some Dodger baseball. How you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Did Dodgers spend enough money this offseason, you think?
Oh, you guys, it's not my money. It's not my money. So obviously the Dodgers said they were going to be aggressive. I think that counts as being aggressive, making sure they go out there and get quality talent. But listen, make no mistake about it, guys. The Dodger front office, ownership, they're extremely intelligent. If they're paying guys that type of money, they know they're going to be making it and then some, in the next 10, 15, 20 years. So it takes a lot of money to get talent like Yamamoto and Ohtani and Glasnow. And the Dodgers definitely put themselves in position to at least be competing for championships, not just this year, but for years to come.
Jared, did I read that Ohtani might have taken rumor had he was going to take BP this afternoon with that elbow? Did that come to fruition?
There, actually, today I did see him take BP. He looks incredible. I mean, he is so far along, further along in his rehab than I thought he would be. He looks like he should be ready for opening day. He's all smiles. He's really taking healthy cuts. I saw him take about balls leave the yard, so he looks pretty healthy to me.
Jerry, how difficult is it for a player like Ohtani to communicate with his teammates? You played in the big leagues for many years, and you had guys that, spoke different languages. How difficult it is for him specifically, and is his translator basically there all the time with him?
His translator is there, basically his right-hand man. I think, if you look back and see Ohtani's MVP speech, he did the speech in English. He's worked extremely hard the last year or so on his English to be able to not just with the media, but more importantly with his teammates. I hear nothing but great things come out of the spring training camp. That he's been very talkative, outgoing with his teammates. I know they went to an event last night somewhere in the Phoenix area. They had I guess chicken wing eating contest or something like that. And Ohtani did not win, but I heard Yamamoto's interpreter won. So it was a lot of guys involved, players, coaches, interpreters, and it was Yamamoto's interpreter ended up winning the hot wings contest last night.
Well, speaking of Yamamoto, here's a guy that's coming over from Japan and basically on a 6-day schedule. And we got number 2 or number 3 guy right now. How are they looking to coordinate every 5th day with him, or will they stick with his every 6th day like he's accustomed to?
That's a great question. And you're right. The guys that are coming from Japan, and Ohtani had to get used to this program. Guys over in Japan pitch once a week. Obviously, the big leagues is different. It's every 5th day they take the ball, and it is an adjustment. But I expect him to make that adjustment. Also, the ball's a little different. In Japan, they have smaller baseballs here. The big league level is slightly bigger. He'll make that adjustment. But the Dodgers, they traded for Glass now. They got a healthy Walker Buehler, who's an absolute stud this year. They got a couple other young guys in the mix. So they'll make sure these guys get plenty of rest, ease Yamamoto into that 5-day rotation. I don't think he's going to be pitching every 5th day out the gate. I expect him to ease him into it as the season goes along.
Well, what kind of a pitcher is Yamamoto? For a lot of folks that have not seen him on a regular basis, Dodger fans, just baseball fans, what is it? Fastball, slider, changeup? What is his arsenal of pitches that he's very adept at?
He's about a 5-6 pitch pitcher, kind of like Yu Darvish in a way. Now he's not as stout and he's not as tall as Yu Darvish, He does feature 5 or 6 pitches like the Darvish. He runs up that fastball anywhere from about 95 to 97 miles an hour consistently. What makes him so effective is his split finger. He's probably got the best splitter in the world. You know, I saw him, and guys, what I like to see is the hitter's reaction. Last year, watching him pitch in Japan, as far as the video footage that I got, there's some big league hitters, and getting these guys to chase out of the zone just goes to show that he has incredible stuff. So he's got tremendous control. He's got control of all his pitches. He doesn't walk a lot of people. He comes after you, but he's got a great elevated fastball along with his best pitch, in my opinion, probably the best fair fastball in all of baseball.
World Series champion and part of the Dodgers broadcasting team on Sportsnet LA, Jerry Harrison Jr. with us here on Fox Sports 910. Jerry, this team is loaded top to bottom. If there's one area that you could see that, maybe they could use a little help, where would that be?
They got a guy who does a pre- and post-game show on their network. I just really don't like, something about him. He kind of rubs me the wrong way. Either way,
3.
That's off the field. But getting back on the field, I think, and that's with any ball club. And a lot of clubs will tell you this. In town, the ball club it's health. Health has to be the biggest thing. In order for the Dodgers to get wherever they want to go this year, that's obviously trying to win a World Series. You have to be healthy. The Dodgers weren't healthy heading into the postseason last year. Clayton Kershaw needed surgery, which he did. And the D-backs, make no mistake about it, they took advantage of it. The D-backs flat out outplayed the Dodgers. They hit better. They pitched better. They caught the ball better. They flat out outplayed us and swept us. So sometimes you need that butt kicking to get you back in the mix. And the Dodgers know that they got the talent, but the most important thing is health. They understand that. They know that whatever they did in the season, it's on paper. You got to go out there and perform. And the last time I checked, guys, the D-backs were ahead of the Dodgers in the postseason last year. They're the team that went to the World Series. And guess what, guys? D-backs got better, in my opinion. They got better this offseason.
And Jerry, speaking of Clayton Kershaw, I just saw he's got a 2-year deal with incentives up to maybe $37 million over the next couple of years. Now he's got the guaranteed money this year. But what is it about Kershaw's going to have to happen before he starts pitching? And they said, mid-July-ish is what they're looking for his return?
Kirsch mentioned that's the timetable. The biggest thing is he feels healthy. I know he's starting to have his throwing program, but it's nothing like, obviously, throwing off a mound, throwing against competitive big league hitters. So they're going to ramp him up sometime in June. And then hopefully he'll be ready to go start throwing a live batter sometime in July, and then we'll see where it goes. The most important thing, is Clayton Kershaw understands this, is him being full go sometime around August. So we need him at full strength sometime in September heading into October. He knows he's done everything in this game. He was an MVP, multiple Cy Young Award winner, a champion. He wants to hoist that trophy one more time and have him parade in L.A. So he's going to do all he can to make sure he's right towards the end of the season.
So as the pre and post for the Sportsnet LA, pitchers and catchers just reported. So how does it work for you? How do you get ready for the season?
Well, I like to do my research, guys. I'd like to do my research. I go down to spring training early, which I have been the last couple of days, and talk a lot of trash. Tell the players, current players, how great of a player I used to be.
Yeah.
I never takes the slider in the dirt. And a lot of people and a lot of players will be like, "Who are you again? Who are you?" But no, listen. There's nothing like playing. These guys work extremely hard. It is an absolute grind. I have never forgotten how hard it is to play this game. So to be able to cover a team like the Dodgers, who work extremely hard, to put a great product on the field every single year is fun. I enjoy what I do, and there's a lot of great guys, not just on the field, but in this organization. So I'm very fortunate to be a part of this Dodger family.
And you're good at it, too. So, Jerry, thanks so much for the time, buddy. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Anytime, guys.
Jerry Harrison Jr. joining us here, as you just heard, as part of Sportsnet LA. You can follow him on Twitter. He does a lot of Twitter or X, The Real J Hair. The Real J Hair is what his handle is on X. So check it out. Coming up, we'll tell you what's on to get into, and we'll give you the results of our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. It's Roc and Manuch out here at Wright Toyota here on Fox Sports 910.
Check clear out. This is The Herd. You're excited. I'm excited. With Colin Cowherd.
Who was really great for San Francisco? Bosa, Christian McCaffrey. I thought Fred Warner. They were great. Brock Purdy was good. I know you want him to be a star, but again, he's a kid and the last guy picked. On third down, the Super Bowl winning down, he was 3 for 12.
This is The Herd. Monday at 10. Tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 eastbound near Estrella Parkway. We have an accident off right. 202 South Mountain Freeway northbound. This is near Lower Buckeye Road. Another crash that's sitting off right. And Scottsdale Road northbound at the Loop 101, we have a crash.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop deals on LG at Lowe's with up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $75 on every $750 you spend on all major appliances. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 2/28. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go.
Ready for this, boys?
The President's Day weekend sale is here at Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf.
Story just dropped, because we've been talking about it on the show today. Sacramento is emerging as the front runner to host the A's.
Select apparel and get custom.
The Giants currently have a AAA team there. It holds 14,000.
Book your free custom fitting online today. Swing into Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for the President's Day weekend sale.
The only other two possibilities, according to the reporter, Salt Lake City and then a return to Oakland.
You looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team.
And staying in Sacramento means they can probably keep their TV money.
Tow truck operators, yard management, facilities.
If they go to Salt Lake, they lose it.
If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great
because they have to stay within the region of their rights.
Program with a generous company match.
And these local TV deals are kind of a problem anyway.
Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping
Manfred kind of stuck his foot in his mouth yesterday
working as a
because he said that if the A's went to Vegas, and don't worry that all the people in Oakland, they can just root for the Giants.
allcitytowing.com
which was not the greatest choice of words.
Call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Mason's football game is about to start. How am I going to cheer him on with this sore throat?
Here.
Top player for the A's, Manuch.
With drops?
Yeah. Institute sore throat medicated drops provide rapid relief.
Not a great team.
Go Mason! Yeah!
Well, they don't have a dude the way you think a dude.
They're starting to work.
Mucinex InstaSoothe.
It's worse than that.
Medicated drops.
Yeah!
You know, Rich Hill not there, no.
For rapid relief that lasts and lasts. Buy now at your favorite retailer. Use it directed.
I don't know, Manuch. They've got a couple of prospects who I would like pick that are playing.
Is your go-to.
But like, it's not a lot.
You're hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do?
Yeah, but
what you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JVC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nuggets, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Do you guys know what Oakland's estimated payroll for this year is?
Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always
$59 million.
Right, Toyota, 70.
It is literally a Patrick Mahomes size contract.
Scottsdale, and
like that's the problem.
Toyota.com.
Meant for mornings. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen Monday 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 10.
Hey, tomorrow make sure you tune in beginning at 9 o'clock. Backspin the Golf Show. They'll be talking about the news that came out today regarding the Waste Management Phoenix Open and refunding Saturday tickets. So you want to tune in tomorrow at 9 o'clock. After that, 11 o'clock, you have Take the Points, which will be live from the CAZ Sportsbook there in Casino, Arizona, 101 and McKelps. For What's on Tap tonight, the Yotes will entertain the Carolina Hurricanes. That's on Channel 61 and Cox 95. That will get started at 7 o'clock from Mullet. Big one tomorrow, 7:30, FS1. Arizona hosts Arizona State in Tucson. Last year, Arizona State got them with the buzzer beater. So we'll see. Arizona's favored by over 16. Sunday, Coyotes are in Colorado. 4 o'clock start on Channel 61 and 95 on Cox. And then Monday, Oilers and the Yotes from Mullet. A 2 o'clock matinee on President's Day. And I believe there are tickets still available for the Edmonton Oilers, who are, I think, third in their conference in division. So, in the All-Star game, 6 o'clock, basketball All-Star game Sunday at 6 o'clock.
And we are working on Monday, so we'll be here on President's Day. We'll be grinding away.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, we're off.
Yeah, well, no, we're not.
At least I am.
Yeah, well, you're probably off, but we're not. We'll be slaving over a hot microphone for sure.
Oh, I've never heard that one before.
Yeah. State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. What venue/event? Okay, thank you guys for correcting me. Are you looking forward to the most with the NBA All-Star Weekend? You can go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Are you looking forward to the Skills Challenge, the Slam Dunk Contest, the 3-point contest, or the game? Currently, the 3-point contest leads at 50%. Slam Dunk Contest at 33.3%, followed by this Skills Challenge at 16.7%. 0% folks not interested in the game whatsoever.
I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, the 3-point contest, you look at it right now, Malik Beasley, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, Dame Lillard, Lauri Markkanen, Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns, and Trae Young. And then for the slam dunk contest, you got Jacob Toppin, you got Mac McClung, the defending champ, Jaylen Brown, and Yame Yaquez Jr.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. We'll take the points. You guys are going to be breaking down what kind of spreads and odds.
Yeah, we're going to look at the odds. We're going to look at the NBA odds from the half-season point. The NFL odds just came out. Some college football odds came out, even college basketball. There's a good college basketball day tomorrow for those who are transitioning from football to college basketball. It's a good weekend to watch this weekend.
And Rock's lock is the 18-point favored U of A Wildcats.
18.5-point favorite.
18.5 U of A Wildcats over the Sun Devils.
We talked a lot about today. The tournament host, Tiger Woods, has withdrawn from the Genesis invitation due to illness. And, of course, you got to love social media. And what I want to say is an ambulance took him off, is what they're saying. They're like, literally, he went off on a cart and then he got in an ambulance, is at least what is being reported. No other details are to his condition other than he's ill. But, of course, people say that or some people on Twitter anyway, said it's the In-N-Out burger he had on Wednesday.
Took him that long to get potential. We don't know, alleged food poisoning. I mean, that's some bad meat right there. If it take you 2 days, I mean, I've gotten food poisoning like within 5 hours. I had a bad piece of chicken once, and that was it for like a day and a half, man. I'm telling you. And I also had a bad patty melt over there off of Sambo's right there on Apache Boulevard Rural many, many years ago. I haven't had a patty melt since, to tell you the truth, guys.
It's not In-N-Out burger.
No.
He had no sauce. He had
no
a double-double, which I'm going to go get one right after the show because there's one right down the street.
Sounds so good right now.
I mean, I don't know. People don't. I think people say In-N-Out's overrated. I don't know how you could say it's overrated.
The fries are overrated.
The fries are overrated.
Yeah.
Manuch, great call. I think he recovered from a bad.
Hey, you're not going there to get fries.
Right, but that's
you're going there to get a double-double.
I know, but you get a burger and fries.
Okay.
And so I can name a place that does burger and fries.
Okay,
better
but
than
it's
In-N-Out.
called In-N-Out Burger. We're not. The question isn't if it's about what people talk about is they argue, is it a good burger or not?
Oh,
and fries is secondary.
It's a good price for the burger, so you got to put the price in there because obviously people could say Five Guys.
That's
but
the
it's $15
That's
for
the
Five
answer.
Guys.
Five Guys is blowing
Now,
up.
one thing I do like, what do you mean blowing up? Like, it's been
It's
open
too
forever.
No.
No, but you're right. I went in
expensive.
there and I had the other day. But what I like about it, you order the small fries,
Yeah.
Okay, with the double or whatever
And
it
it's-
is. And then they just put another scoop of fries in the bag.
Well,
you
Comes
can't
to
beat
fry
that.
pretty quickly.
$25 later. Jeez, oh Friday, man.
Oh, jeez. I mean, you got Brock Purdy under your
yeah, right.
under your tutelage.
Yeah, I ordered 3 burgers, fries, 3 shakes. That'll be $52.50, please.
Burgers
What?
are. You got to know. Burgers are $10 unless you're doing the McDonald's app and you get the double.
Yeah.
Or, buy one get one.
5 Guys is out of line.
I think Shake Shack's number one for me.
By the way,
Pretty
new one
good.
opened up down the street from the right Toyota. I'm looking forward to it.
Shake Shack.
The best deal that people don't realize at McDonald's, you look at your receipt, you get the receipt, and if you just fill out the survey,
yeah,
it's a buy one get one
2.
sandwich.
No.
Any sandwich you want.
Really?
Now, at a lot of McDonald's, they're different. There's this one down the street from me that they're cheap. It's free. You get one cone. You get a free cone if you fill out the survey. But if it's a buy one get one, quarter pounder with cheese, Big Mac, it's whatever you want. It's any sandwich, buy one get one, by just filling out that survey.
Yeah.
And I do it literally while I get out. I literally do it right away, and it takes no more than a minute and a half.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, then you have a number, and you just write it on there. So next time you go, you're like, yeah, I'll take a quarter pounder of cheese. And I got 2 of them.
Sure, yeah. You're
price
very
of one.
good with that bargain thing, the coupons.
Yeah,
the bargain.
I'm that rewards card guy.
Rock's the rewards guy right there, man. I mean,
Learned it from my mom.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
cut coupons as a kid
Oh,
every
man.
Sunday.
Absolutely. That's a good thing, Rock. You're gonna make a very good husband one of these
Yeah,
years.
I'm 55. Yeah,
Gonna
I
make
think I
every
missed the
take-
boat on that one.
Is that going to start soon or?
Yeah. You'll be.
Did that ship
Shoot,
sail?
you'll be married twice before I get married once. Jack's 3 times.
I don't think
before.
we should say that out loud if my significant other is listening. I'm not really looking to put that out in the universe, so it's going to be twice.
It's a tough conversation.
I got
too.
a buddy today I just saw on Instagram, just after 11 years, finally proposed to his girl.
Finally.
Yeah. I was like, oh, good for you,
Man.
buddy.
So so you're saying there's hope for you, Rock, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
hope
40.
for
But 11 years and 22 days. Like, he had it all, like, broken out. I'm like,
We're in a hurry. I mean, some guys a little longer than others.
I just hope you've signed a prenup.
30.
We'll do it again on Monday. We'll see you then. Have a great President's Weekend. For Jax, Shu, Manuch, Jimmy B, I'm Rock. Thanks for listening. We